was making my way in from kingdom building, and I have received a missive from the High Chancellor. May I speak to you for a moment? I'm at the library. I am on my way. I know I'm close, but I need to think. I'm on my way back from kingdom building. So give me a few minutes to arrive. Okay. How do I want to handle this, honestly? I still kind of feel that him attempting to take Daphne's taglock, what do I do with that information? It's much as Daphne might be upset by it, he is correct. He is the High Chancellor. It's her word against his, and the two people who were there that could attest either which way are members of his own court. They are members of Court Centraloon. They, unless they for some reason have such a strong sense of justice that they would be willing to speak on behalf of Lady Daphne, they're going to support their High Chancellor. He is the one that directly dictates and has power over their lives. So there's not much we can necessarily do to combat that. We are nobles. Nobles do what's best for them and what best benefits them. They're not going to go out on a limb and accuse their High Chancellor of trying to take a taglock discreetly, because they're used for curses and such. If he had a pure of heart, good intention with it, he would have asked for it, not just tried to take it. And he already outwardly has pretty much provoked us with the Cost of Trust book. I wonder if this is about the Cost of Trust. Where is it? I haven't seen him. Honestly, I've spoken. Where do I have mine? Goodness. I don't like that I don't know where my Cost of Trust is. Is it called something different? Oh, it's right there. What about the immediate release? Because I've already spoken to the Crown Duchess about this. And I think he is playing her, honestly. And I have to be careful not to fall into a trap of his as well. I simply can't afford that. And as it stands, I don't need to make Court Centraloon my enemy at the moment, so I don't know. I'm not going to accuse him of such things. Do I think he did it? Yes. But I'm curious if he might not have been. I feel like this probably has to do with the immediate release book. I don't think it is a secret that my court hasn't received it well. And I did seek out the Crown Duchess rather urgently to discuss it, and I have made no efforts to contact him regarding it. I guess, what was my talking points with the Crown Duchess? I wanted to know what her intent was behind the book, what her end goal is. I'm not being dressed for a meeting. I'm in my kingdom building clothing. I was gonna visit the horse stables, in all honesty. I always fumble with my words around him too, and I don't necessarily know why. I shouldn't be. I feel like neither of us have actually had a long enough conversation to... I don't know if I would ever find myself comfortable around him, but we've never had a leisure conversation that didn't end on an awkward note. Greetings.
Good to see you, Sol Katarina. I'm gonna make us a group if that's all right.
All right. Let's see.
I'm going to get right to the point because I imagine you've heard some not so savory things about me from your best friend.
All right.
I won't even bother denying that I was standing behind Daphne while she was reading the, what was it called? Easter scavenger hunt? Very exciting. That day I was fighting the shadow, something fierce. I continually was, having lapses being taken. And she, at some point, after returning from the shadow, after I returned, I should say, accused me of trying to take her taglock. And while I do deny it, I don't want our courts to have any sort of tension between them, especially with the end of the year coming up. I think that right now, unity is better than anything we can hope to ask for. So, in the spirit of keeping things peaceful between us, I wanted to offer you my taglock.
I see. I will decline that. I don't
Why?
have any purpose for your taglock.
Nor do I for Daphne's, but I wish for you to have peace of mind. You don't have to do anything with it, but it would make me feel better for you to not... How do I put this? I just truthfully do not want there to be any doubt about my intentions.
I see. Well, do you have a flint and steel?
I do.
Can we step outside for a moment?
Certainly.
My back is to him. If you want to hand it over, I will be burning it, but you can, I suppose, have the ease of...
Are you quite sure?
I am sure.
So, Katarina, if I had offered this to Daphne, I'm sure she would have taken it, and she might be very upset to hear that you aren't.
Nonetheless, I do not think it is wise for me to possess your taglock. I don't like the image that paints.
Well, understandable. For my own mind, I will still be handing it over. Oh, are you okay?
Yes, I am fine. I am terrible with fire.
I don't have any water.
It's fine.
Water hurts me, so I don't tend to carry it on me.
There's that back.
Well, I guess I appreciate it. I'm very confused by your decision, but grateful nonetheless.
Like I said, I don't have any purpose for your taglock, and I'd rather not be something in, I guess, the cards of sort. I'd just rather not have it.
Well, understandable. Still, I would like to spend some time with you. I fear I've neglected Ezra and yourself in recent months, simply because I've been dealing with matters back in Emberhold. But with examinations, I assume, coming up soon, I think we should all be on the same page.
I see. I certainly don't have any other plans currently, so I was just heading back to the academy to... I've been at Kingdom Building since yesterday, so I was mainly just heading back.
Well, it's good to hear that you're so active in your kingdom building. I have also been neglecting that, unfortunately.
Has yours
quite
been coming
a bit of
along?
digging to do.
Well, oh, digging.
Yes, we have an underground section.
Oh, I see. Ours is a bit too much above ground to the point where I have to, rather than digging, I do a lot of terraforming on dirt.
Fair enough. I mean, when you love the sun as much as your people do, I would imagine being closer to it is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I do need to speak with Candaris. I've just noticed he's awake. But we should set a time to spend time together. Perhaps it could be all four of us. Myself, you, Ezra, and Mirelle. Conversation could be in order.
I see. I would not be against that. I think the four of us would be less
Good
awkward
to
than
hear.
us two.
Well, I'll see you around, Sol Katarina.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Farewell.
I don't want his taglock, especially if he's giving it to me, because if he gets cursed, it is going to be pinned on me. Why would I want that? Why would I, if he gives me his taglock, then that brings into question on if something ever goes wrong with him, that I'm the culprit, that I'm being vindictive about the book, that I'm being vindictive about him trying to take Daphne's taglock. Why would I want that? And I'm honestly uncomfortable. I turned my back towards him to leave the library, but given that he was talking about taglocks, I figured or was hoping that he wouldn't be going for mine. But truly, am I not taking the bait of some sort that he's trying to lay out more? I'm utterly confused by this. He's talking about the examinations. He wants all four court heirs to be together at a point. Speaks of how he feels like he has been neglecting me and Prince Ezra. I do think that offers, if the book didn't offer it, that offers more confirmation that he is close to Mirelle and Cerulean. This is frustrating because I don't know what to do. Think. So he's denying having tried to take Daphne's. I wouldn't imagine he would admit to it. If he did admit to it, I think I would be even more confused, unless he is trying to bring it up to be my word against his. But given that it is known that me and Daphne are close, it would honestly feels like it would come down to, is my just lying to help my friend, which I wouldn't do to the extent of risking angering another court. I do not look to make enemies. I look to protect what I have. And so I need to be careful not to give other people any reason to make me their enemy. I will not seek out aggression against others, but I can't stop people from seeking out aggression against me, and so I need to do my part in swerving it of sorts, like I did with the taglock. I'm not going to have that taglock in my possession, something go wrong with the High Chancellor, and be faulted for it. I don't know everything there is to know about taglocks. Could that have been a beneficial thing to have? Yes. But the benefit of it is lost when he knows I have it. If he knows I have his taglock and something befalls him, he will immediately assume I'm the one to have done it. So my assumption this was going to be about the book was wrong. It was just about him and the Daphne scuffle. Mentions Daphne may not be happy about my response of throwing out the taglock, but why is that any of his business? Daphne's more than welcome to not like my decision, but if I tell her it's because I'm not opening ourselves up to being claimed that we're cursing the High Chancellor, and she can't see past that, then honestly, that just shows that she does not think about the political implication of things as she should. If she's only thinking of personal grudges and personal feelings. Whatever. I'm sitting down. Greetings.
Greetings.
I saw you, so I just wanted to say hi. I didn't want to just pass right by, and I did have a question for you. Do you happen to have availability for tomorrow?
Well, I can certainly make some. Oh, goodness.
Oh. Well, there was the talk back at Cinderloon's New Year celebration about having a tea party to exchange knowledge about cultural things, so I wanted to extend that invitation to you.
Well, I would be honored.
That would be wonderful. And you take care of Cerulean's mail, correct? I was going to leave something in the post box in general, but I was planning to invite Lady Leviathan as well to round out the group.
Oh, she would be honored.
Then if you wouldn't mind passing her invitation along to her, I would greatly appreciate that.
I would happily do exactly that.
Yes, I know at a short notice, so if you do end up busy, I understand, but I did want to extend the invitation no matter what.
If I do not run into her, I'll leave it in her mailbox.
Thank you. But yes, have a pleasant rest of your day then.
Oh, actually,
Mm-hmm.
if it is not too short notice and perfectly understandable if you're busy, but new book for myself to investigate.
The 80 pages.
Be willing to help me out? Yes.
I can certainly try, though for this one I really don't have much of an idea for it.
That's quite alright. I wish to ask, have you, before reading this book, had you heard any rumors regarding mind control?
No, I have not.
This book was your first encounter with these rumors, then?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Were any of the things regarding your court factually correct?
I don't believe so, in all honesty. I think they made the audacious remark that I might have my brother in a contract of sorts. But frankly, I do not. If I had more sway over him, he would actually attend classes. Let me glance. I think our section really just spoke a lot about people not being very present. But at the same time, it's they're on leave or they're in the dorms. Yeah, I would say most of ours is just gossip and rumors. I did note that how they worded the things between Lady Daphne and Lady Rosalind. It seems like they're making it to be a much more serious thing than it was, given it was an approved magic duel with witnesses.
Yes. And the fact that it was utterly accidental.
Mm-hmm. I think they're I think there wasn't much to write about our court, so they had to pull whatever they could.
Mm-hmm. I wish to know, my trip, had you in any way heard about it?
No, I did not. I wasn't aware you were away from the academy.
All right. Then it wasn't a public general talking point. All right, good to know. Thank you. This actually greatly helps me.
Of course. I don't know who you've spoken to about the book, but I know me and the Crown Duchess spoke briefly about it. And she had a note that one of the things mentioned in her section, it was like a limited amount of people around.
Yes.
So if you haven't spoke with her already, she might be able to give you more insight on it.
I in fact already have, but I greatly appreciate that because, yep, smart thinking.
Yes, I don't have any clues on my side of things, so I'll give it.
You actually really helped me.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad I was able to.
All right, well, thank you. And please enjoy your evening. I look forward to the tea party.
Yes, I am excited for it. I look forward to hearing from everyone. But yes, farewell.
I'll need another outfit.
You always look fabulous in whatever you wear, so I look forward to seeing you.
Likewise, quite the trendsetter.
Not in this outfit. This is much too...
No, I wasn't referring to this, but what you wear to tea parties and general parties is always outstanding.
Thank you. I try hard to cultivate my image in a certain way, so that is all part of it.
All right. I don't think I need to frustrate you with talks of the immediate release book. Believe me, it's given me enough headaches.
Well, if you need to vent, I'm always here to listen. I have spoken with the Crown Duchess about it already, so she's gotten my thoughts on the matter.
But I believe everything that needs to be talked about has been talked about. Besides, hardly my place to overshare too many of my opinions on this matter.
That's understandable.
Just a headache from a teacher's perspective, I'll say that much.
I imagine so. From who I've spoken with, which mainly has been my own court and such, but the book itself, certainly. That and now the new rumor book, back to back, more or less, has certainly caused the stir among everyone.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much. And I wish you a pleasant evening.
You as well. Well, I got the invitations handled. That is good. I have had Cerulean invitations for days now, and I just have been at Kingdom Building, and I kind of thought, I was thinking back to my conversation with the Crown Duchess, so I had thought that I had already given them to her and realized I had not.
So, Katarina.
Greetings.
Good to see you.
Yes. And I figured I'd already given them to her, and I realized I did not, and the get-together is tomorrow. I want to go finish going back to my house and getting preparations done for it. I know I just arrived back at the academy shortly ago, but I've done what I needed. I've gotten the invitations handed out. I checked my mail, and so I do think I am caught up where I can go back out there again and get the goodies for the tea party prepared. And this is the last batch of tea I need to add into here, and I do think this is ready. It's the culture exchange. It's the tea party I sent out. Lady Riley mentioned that she would be in attendance, and so did Professor Cribden. I haven't heard back from the others, but they did receive their invitations to my knowledge, so I tried to make sure I had both vegetarian options as well as options that are suitable for Cinderloon. They have less options, though, admittedly. And then I have tea, and then I also have some moon and sun infused tea, so when it comes to it, since we are going to be talking about, oh, I do have more in here. This is relatively fresh too. Just so we have more, because since it is a culture exchange, I feel like Tea of the Sun and Tea of the Moon are going to be important for my side of things. There we are. So that makes 8 of each. So there's plenty. If someone has a preference, they will be able to enjoy it.
Greetings.
Greetings. Hello.
I have got a gift.
Oh, thank you. I am getting everything. I'm trying to figure out, because I wanted us to sit here, but I'm realizing that being diagonal, do you think it's horrible for me just to leave that as is?
No, I mean, unless you can move the fences to be on the corners, so they can hold up it instead.
I feel like that would, I don't know. I don't have a lot of spruce wood on me at the moment, to be honest. Is this fully covered by the tree? It is. I might just get rid of up here in general and let the tree be the cover.
That's right. I can have it.
Oh. Thank you.
Okay. I can hand you these two.
See another piece over here I'm gonna grab. Okay. Let's put all these away. And I need to set up the food.
Do you need help? I can help.
No, I have the table and I have the coffer. It's all in one coffer, so it should be rather fine.
I know.
Do I have a flower pot on me? I don't. We'll do that, and there we are. But welcome. Have you had a chance to talk to Lady Min to know if she's arriving?
No, I did leave her the letter. I can try to see if she's around, if my message go through, if you want me to.
Alright, I knew to be expecting you, and I know Professor Cribden said she would be available, but I know I haven't directly heard back from anyone, so I'm going to be a little bit surprised on who else shows up.
I see. Who would be invited, if I may ask?
It's yourself, Lady Min, Tavali, and then Professor Cribden, and I invited Lady Leviathan as well.
Oh, I see.
I know she's very educated on tea and such, and I know she's been looking forward to having or joining in on a tea party I posted, so I thought this would be an excellent opportunity for her to join us.
That's fair.
I did make a space so we can hear each other from across the table a bit better, too.
I see.
There. want to be able to see properly. That. I'll do that.
Yes, Min got the invitation and she's coming.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I can look at this while we have time too. Oh, this is lovely.
Of course. Hope that helps.
Thank you. Netherite, the runic tablet, diamonds, iron. Awesome. That's very much appreciated. Is your brother doing better? I haven't spoken to him directly recently.
I know he has to talk to Lady Daphne, possibly, about checking up on his sisters, but he's walking, so, and seeing better, so that's good.
Oh, that is good. I know he also mentioned that if I see her, let her know to check on him, but I just haven't seen her since the missive.
I think a lot of things are slow recently, with no classes around, so people are just taking the time to rest.
Rest or kingdom building. I feel like a lot of
That
people
is
have been out there as well, so
That's very fair.
progress is being made, which is appreciated.
I know Felix, once he came back from a camping trip recently, I ran into him yesterday, when me and Lobateo.
That's fun. I had the idea at one point, I guess not at one point, were you aware that equestrian, there was like a homework assignment for us to write out with a partner a certain distance? Well, we had that assignment, and so I turned it into a camping trip of sorts for those who wanted to come of my court. And since most people were busy or away, I might do something similar again, just to take advantage of it.
Sounds very fun. Especially since now.
I like being out underneath the moon and the sun during the day or night, so camping is, albeit it's not the most, I suppose, elegant and is a bit rougher, it is fun.
That's fair. I do like the idea of like just watching the stars and the moon, so
Stargazing is nice. I like to see the moon phases as well, depending on what day or when during the month it is.
Sure.
Goodness, a conversation.
Min is questing for me to help them. They do not know what the Bakami Club is.
That is completely fine. Most of the people I invited had been here before, but I also knew some hadn't, so take your time. We still have plenty of time.
Alright, I'll be back then.
Why is one of the sandwiches missing a sandwich? There. I just like it to be even, and I don't know, maybe Lady Riley hadn't looked into the coffer yet, so I was like, maybe she did grab one, but why would she grab a veggie sandwich she cannot consume? Diwali! Hello!
Hi! What are you wearing right now on your head?
The butterfly hair clip from the Valentine's Day Festival?
Give me 1 second.
I think her eyes are bothering her. Oh, it's a shame. I wanted to talk to her. I could have just taken it off. I could have just went without it, in all honesty. Oh, I am looking forward to today. Tavali makes me feel much more at ease with navigating this. I certainly know how to run tea parties, but that doesn't mean I don't, also have nerves regarding it. There's another piece of string. Is that all the string? I think it is. And I can do perhaps some fencing and such, connecting the trees and have lanterns hanging over, or stained glass perhaps, instead of having the roofing. I'll have some empty chairs. I guess this table would have worked well if I was also invited two people from Bloodwind. But initially this was going to be a Solmera and Cinderloon tea party. It was discussed between me and Lady Min. And we invited more people because Professor Karabdin had heard us and expressed interest in joining as well. I did see someone. Oh, yep, Tavali's in the corner. She could have joined corner time over here instead of at the entrance. I do worry. We're so used to doing corner time, but people are looking to take taglocks. I don't want anyone to attempt to grab hers. Let's see. Professor Karabdin knows where this is, so if she's with Lady Leviathan, they should both arrive here just fine. Lady Riley's fetching Lady Min, and then Tavali is obviously here, so I do think everyone should be able to arrive quite alright, and that would work out. Should I move the table? I might move it. I'm gonna put it... Oh, no. Not there. I'm gonna put it here instead. There, so it's easier to access without having to dip into the corner. Because there's cookies, there's tea. I hope Tavali is prepared to talk about the church a bit more. I do know a lot of it, but I know she has a much more sophisticated and intimate knowledge of it that she can share. I can certainly talk about directly some of like Solmera cultural, and if we want to talk about laws and holidays and things of that nature, I can, but she is, if it comes to cultural in the sense of spiritual, she's definitely the one to take the lead on that. I'll say the others aren't here yet. I typically, like, if you're not early, you're late, but at the same time, at the first tea party I hosted, it was quite, people filed in quite later after.
Oh, there we go.
Feeling better. But hello, welcome.
Thank you.
There is a space, just to make
I see.
it easier to hear everyone.
Yeah, that's nice.
May we come in?
Oh, there you
Of
are.
course, greetings.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings.
I'm
You
glad
both
that
look
you were both
lovely.
able to join us today.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Lady Riley and Lady Min are on their way. Lady Min needed guidance, so Lady Riley went to go fetch her.
See.
And there is a space you're more than welcome to join into as well to make hearing each other a bit more clear.
Fantastic.
Thank you for the invitation.
Of course, I had mentioned to you previously the next time I was hosting tea, I wanted to ensure you were invited, so I wanted to follow through with that.
I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for thinking of me.
Well, have you both been well?
very much so.
Indeed.
There are obviously the typical stresses of court politicking and such, but we can put that all aside for tonight.
Yes, today is for tea and sharing cultural knowledge. I went to holidays or anything like that, just fun, lighter subjects is what I'm looking forward to.
You and me both, and I imagine it goes for everyone here, frankly.
I imagine so. I think they should be arriving soon, but I do have a coffer of tea and snacks over on the side over here. There should be something that ends up suitable for everyone.
How thoughtful. Seems so.
Oh my.
Yes, I wanted
would
to
it be
have...
alright?
Go ahead.
I was asking if it would be alright for us to help ourselves now, or if the snacks ought to be passed out later.
You can help yourselves now. I fear I get too into talking at times that sometimes it slips my mind, so I want to ensure everyone has any goodies they want beforehand.
Oh, well, these look decadent.
I've been looking forward to have this tea again. It was most delicious last time I tried it.
I'm
You like
glad.
And this place is quite beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I redid it for a botany club, and it was certainly pretty before, but I am a great fan of the cherry blossoms, so...
Oh, so this is where Botany Club is held.
I don't have our next
Good
meeting
to know.
planned yet, but I am going to get that set up soon.
I was unaware of its location.
Yes, apologies. Oh, welcome
Oh.
back.
Hello.
Greetings. I'm glad that you could
Hello.
join us.
Greetings.
Thank you.
Oh, you look all lovely.
Thank you.
As well.
There is a coffer of snacks you are more than welcome to welcome yourself to.
Lovely. Interesting.
Can I sit?
These look delicious.
I have to say that the gardening club is looking gorgeous.
You guys,
It's very pretty.
I'm thinking of over there, I want to slowly start a collection of all the flowers. And so I'm thinking perhaps across the water to do so, or if I can get permission to commandeer the courtyard across from here as well for plants.
I'm sure you can attain it.
As long as someone else wants to use it for a club spot. I don't think there would be an issue, but if someone else wants it, I'm not going to take over 2 of the courtyards on this side of the castle.
I do remember having to ask the headmaster for permission to find a place for my club, considering I did not wish to intrude on it anywhere on the castle grounds.
I know whenever I had pitched to him wanting to do a botany club, he included that I need to go craft up a proposal for it and had the location included, so...
Indeed.
I went searching. I thought of either here, or do you know the long corridor, flower corridor that is right by the other
Indeed.
club rooms?
Oh, yes.
Thought maybe it might be nice to just have benches in there, but it's also very cramped, so I settled
It
over
seems
here.
more like a private, secluded spot, however.
Well, if I may have a personal suggestion, I would suggest essentially having the gardening club tend to the gardens of the school without necessarily occupying all the spaces. Therefore, there's free reign and a lot of space to potentially practice decorating on, but, well, no worries about encroaching on others.
That's certainly an excellent suggestion. I know over here is where I'm going to keep all the books and such for the club, so if someone misses a meeting or is interested, they can just read and catch up, and then in the future, club meetings are not going to just be here. I want to find very pretty natural spots that have lots of foliage.
Then that would probably be the best way to go about it. It allows you to have a meeting in a different spot every single time.
And I would definitely love to read these books.
Oh, I need to finish writing the first one from the first meeting, but I will have that soon. And if you ever stop by here in the future, the bookshelf is near the entrance. There are some there already too. It's from I have the one from the Rose Festival, and I have the one from the Valentine's Day Festival that I wrote. So.
Oh, were you the one who wrote about those
No.
flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. That was most interesting to learn.
Yes, I have a fascination with them. And Solmera, but it's warm. There's some flowers you don't grow there, so being at the academy has allowed me to look at more things.
Indeed. I've never seen such a variety of foliage before, considering I've spent most of my time under the water.
I'm most interested in the flora under the water. Do you have any that you underwater that have certain meanings that you're aware of?
I'm afraid I am unaware, unless you perhaps are more aware than I.
Oh, of course. Well, kelp is obviously a very universal one, and it has certain ceremonial meanings, but also it can be used as healing properties. Kelp itself is almost a symbol of balance in that sort, as we often wrap our dead in kelp for, well, funeral purposes. However, for more fun meanings, it's things that you'll find around coral
kelp rolls.
reefs. The brighter the colors, the more intense the emotion conveyed, considering underwater, well, such colors don't always shine through as much. Things with more glowing elements to them often symbolize things such as hope, new beginnings, where darker colors are, of course, more towards endings. If you give me any examples, I could be more specific.
I see. That is really interesting to know. I'm afraid I'm not all too knowledgeable on the specific flowers that are in flora that is down there to give you any specifics, but I do appreciate that knowledge. I know you mentioned the ones that glow, and I know you have what is it, the Glow Night Festival?
Oh, yes, the Glow
Yes.
Festival. Still eagerly planning that.
Yes, how are preparations going?
They could be going. It's just so much has been happening lately. It's been hard to focus on it. However, I, for one, intend to try to spend just maybe a week or so trying to just simply focus on only that to get everything set up. There's a lot to be done. And I am most excited for you all to see it when it is finished.
I look forward to it. I know festivals and events in general take a lot of effort to go into them. I know this tea party was prompted because of attending Centerlane's Lunar New Year, which ran fabulously. I really enjoyed myself when I was there.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We did put quite a bit of work into it, especially when it came to the food. There was so much of it that
A lot
we
of
had to
prepping.
make. A lot of prepping.
I imagined so, and you had so many options that were available to any dietary restrictions, so I thought that was wonderful.
I'm glad I made sure to be inclusive of all. It was definitely interesting to experiment with the new ways since, well, we only eat meat, so I wasn't exactly sure of how things would taste.
That's certainly fair on that. In general, I like cooking as more of a hobby passion of mine. So, what you...
I have to say,
Everything there quite delicious.
Mm-hmm.
yes, I have to say they taste so wonderful.
Yes, I forget everything that I had, but I know I grabbed samples of most things that were suitable to me, and it was all very enjoyable.
Indeed.
I'm very glad. Perhaps one day I can just make more.
Were those dishes typically traditional for the holiday itself, or are those things you often enjoy in your territory?
They are very, very traditional dishes. Typically, we would have them only during Lunar New Year, but sometimes people may enjoy it outside.
There's some like the orange slices you don't need those only at Luna. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there any other holidays coming up anytime soon besides, I think, to my knowledge, it might be the Globe Festival up next. I know we have the summer solstice coming up in June as well, but I haven't decided how we're going to handle that at the Academy yet.
I do hope you find it breathtaking. The Glow Night is a time in the calendar where, well, most glowing things in Court Cerulean tend to bloom. It's the brightest nights of nights underwater. I do wonder how we can bring it to the surface, though.
Indeed.
I'm curious, can you see it glowing from the surface? Like, I feel like if I was to look over at night, the dark ocean, and if I can see the glowing from the bottom, that would be like looking at the night sky as well.
Well, depending on regions. I know it happens in the Imperial Sea. Levy, do you know if it happens in any other regions? It's the Crystal Sea as well.
Indeed.
But a lot of bioluminescence happens close to the surface of the water, so if you step in or splash around, everything begins to glow.
Yes, it is.
So
It's quite beautiful.
So I'm sure skipping stones would give you quite the sight. I just don't know if this phenomenon actually happens here.
I see, it does sound rather breathtaking. So if it doesn't happen here, perhaps in the future, I will need to see about taking a trip to Cerulean and seeing that on another year.
Not to think about all of our geographical locations that have that phenomenon. There's a lot, but not many, and it's typically, like Della said, more towards the surface and near beaches. I think it's due to sometimes the bioluminescence of algae when it migrates during parts of the year, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I am familiar with most of our areas, but regarding how should I say, the organisms and the flora involved, I'm not too familiar with.
Flora and fauna?
Yes, thank you. But I am looking forward to our Glow Night Festival. It will be a lot of fun. It is simply a festival we like to host, really with just the intent to have a wonderful night, as is any festival.
I see. I'm looking forward to it.
We've been speaking enough about the Glow Night Festival. I am curious. For the two of you, what's your favorite of your festivals?
I think I am most fond... I don't know. I want to say summer solstice is typically my favorite time of year, but at the same time, Valentine's Day does tend to rival it. Not even because of it being romantic. I like Valentine's Day because I do like the color pink.
An aesthetic choice. I mean, after seeing the crowns, I'm not surprised.
There was a lot of it.
That was such a wonderful festival. There was so much to do.
It was quite nicely organized. Personally, probably give summer solstice.
I know traditionally our summer solstice is celebrated with festivals, so I don't know if I'm going to do another one for that when it comes June, or if I might choose to do something a little different just because we did do a festival for Valentine's Day, which is not all too often celebrated that way. So that's why I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I know I have letters from home that I might even be summoned back to court for the summer solstice to hold our official celebration there. So I don't know if one at the Academy will be held.
See. Well, I would hope so. It would be quite lovely.
It's a very upbeat time of year, so it would certainly be fun. What about Sinjaloon? What are your favorite holidays of your court?
Well, I know we have a Moonglow Masquerade Ball that hosts every year underneath the harvest moon. Which I believe
that
it's
sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. It's festivities. We also like to send out lanterns to the night sky to honor the ones. I
Yes,
know we also.
the lanterns are
Mm-hmm.
definitely my favorite part. It's always nice to see them flying in the sky.
I agree with
Very
that. We do
free.
something similar for our solstices. I think winter solstice, it's whenever we send out what we wish we could say to those we've lost. And summer solstice, we send out our future aspirations.
Oh, that sounds so sweet.
It is.
I don't want to talk too
I
much.
suppose that's what the tide ceremony is somewhat similar to, though both the beginning, new beginnings and end. We sacrifice things in order to hope for, well, good things to come in the future. It's a very religious ceremony, though.
That's interesting. I know that we burn things when a loved one dies, typically money, to send it to the afterlife with them.
That's
Typically,
nice.
whatever you burn goes to the afterlife for them.
Now that's a topic, actually. Well, we all have different types of faiths, and I suppose this is the question. What kind of afterlives do each of our faiths, well, hold for us?
If no one else going to start, I suppose we could. Personally, for us, those who pass go, well, we say into the moon's embrace to, I suppose, continuously paw up there in an embrace of the moonlight, just basically a non-ending, not exactly hunt, but a non-ending peaceful rest in which they can continue to watch over their loved ones.
And that's why the winter solstice is when the moon's out the longest, that it ties into a lot of our mourning and looking on to our ancestors.
What about Syndrome? You mentioned that you send money and such, and we already do know that ancestors hold great power in your faith.
I think most demons believe the same way. There's a couple that have their own exception of how the afterlife works, but a lot of us believe they move on. But sometimes they like to stay and watch over their loved ones, which is why we want to honor their care for praying to them. The only other thoughts?
I think you pretty much said it all. There's not much to it, really. We just honor their legacy that they made for us.
I suppose we differ in that regard then, don't we?
Indeed.
Faith more so believes in less an afterlife and more a return to the serpent. A return to the cycle where, well, while some believe in some form of rebirth, others believe that it's more becoming a part of everything around. Returning to the nature that we were formed from. The returning of the life that was given. There's no promise of anything in the future, rather simply that you become a part of everything or a part of something new.
Indeed.
I do think that's a nice thought to have on it.
It is also our faith can vary depending on the different sea monsters throughout the regions.
Indeed.
Each of us have our own specific practices, but it all boils down to the servant at the end of the day. but I'm pretty sure that would rather most of us carry out the silent vigil.
Indeed. It's good to at least reminisce on what was lost, appreciate what was once there, while not holding anything against it being gone.
Yes, your region is very spread out, is it not? With all the waters you occupy.
Indeed.
It's definitely understandable for things to differ depending on how much distance is between different parties.
Indeed.
Yes, it's also that, well, in sea monster history, only 300 years ago, we were many different clans that functioned on completely separate cultures. So while the general order of the coil has a standardized set of our religion, people have very varying interpretations, purely because of their own traditions.
I think that's interesting to know, because I know with Solmera, we don't even, as all of our written records, even far past that, we followed the same traditions. It has just been our way of life on it.
To put a general difference, I suppose, those of the Crystal Sea do not, in fact, believe in any form of reincarnation, only in the idea that once you're gone, you become part of everything around, and in a sense, perhaps observe, perhaps not. You simply return to the tide once and for all. And, well, those of the Crystal Sea firmly disbelieve the idea that you may ever return in the same form that you once were, or anything similar. Lovey, what about your region?
My region is hard to talk about considering there are so few left, including my own. I no longer live in my old region. Actually, in fact, I don't think I was taken there once for a family trip, but I barely remember. My family's ancestors were from the Jurassic Sea. There are many different types of sea monsters, and there are the sea monsters closely related to the serpent class, one of the larger types. And so the Jurassic Sea was the perfect place for those ancestors, given how big it is. Just wide, big blue ocean with various sandbeds. Very few flora and fauna. The occasional outcropping cave, but that's about it. There wasn't really many traditions or things along the like. A lot of it was lost to time. But I suppose, one thing was, for my family and ancestors in particular, we took loyalty very seriously. In the sense of our partners, of course. When my family picks a partner, they pick a partner for life. If that partner is lost, we never remarry or find a new one.
In your region, marriage is considered, well, far more important than the other regions. I see.
It is a variety.
I know when I marry, I essentially hope that I'm with the one partner for my life. I don't plan to, if they do meet an early end, to remarry, but I guess if the situation ever calls for it, I might have to. But you mentioned different types of sea monster. That makes me think of how in Fellfolk, it's less of a variety, I suppose, but we do have some who consider them being more related to black cats or mancoons or just different breeds, I suppose. Is there anything like that with demons?
I don't really believe so. I mean,
I guess
appearance-wise, yes, but
Zodiacs we technically take a.
Zodiacs are different, though.
That's well.
Zodiacs are not exactly breeds. In a sense, it's just the year that we are born. There are 12 different zodiacs. Those I cannot recall exactly. I don't remember. I even forget which zodiac I am.
I know I'm a sheep, so we
Yes.
have the lineage was like the year of the horse, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
and that's why we had horses everywhere.
Yes. Lots of horses.
I see.
I know I observed there's, I suppose it was considered warm-blooded and cold-blooded, so that is just more so of a, is it random, or?
Straight to
I think that's more.
generation.
Yeah, I think that's maybe more genetic, if anything.
Fair enough.
Not so much like different species, but
I know when
simply-
Winter was here, being near demons who are warm-blooded was much more convenient than when I was not.
Yes. And then those who are cold-blooded, we were suffering as well.
Very
Well,
bundled
I
up.
actually do have to inquire then. With differences, well, some that are often very much noticeable are between your horns. That's to do with your first soul hunt, is it not?
Yes,
Right,
I
yeah.
believe so. Though I think tails, I don't have a tail myself.
Genetics.
That is also genetics, and that's a recessive trait, I believe. It's not really needed.
It's not well known. A lot of, I think only me, Leo, and Gideon and Juliet have tails in the school here. I think the rest don't. Unless I'm misremembering someone.
I don't think Cinder has one. Cassian and Candace don't have one. Dante doesn't have one, so yes, I think. Unless you count Castiel. Castiel doesn't also have a tail. But
Well, why don't you tell us some more about the first soul hunt? It's clearly something that's greatly important and, well, often takes a lot of preparation. I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
how was your first soul hunt?
Oh, mine was actually with a skeleton.
Oh.
Me and Leo, our father brought one back, and we got to kill it for the first time. That's why we only know a little bit about the meta, not that much. And that's why we look with our horns, and I guess our horns mostly look small size. It's because he also killed a widow skeleton when he was younger, and he could pass on the legacy. Yeah, but
I'm not very too connected to the family. I'm a very distant relative, so hearing this information is definitely new to me. I do remember my first soul was a snake. I was brought to the surface for the time for the soul hunt and killed a snake while I was there. That was my first soul.
Does it serve as a coming of age? Is it, I guess, maybe like a passage into adolescence or teenage years? Or is it earlier than that?
I think it depends on the family, honestly.
Mm.
I know I cannot remember how old I was when I did mine, but do you remember how old you were?
My parents wanted me to get it straight away. I believe just as I started walking, they wanted me to go on it.
I think mine was either around 10 at least or so. Definitely more coming of age.
We have something very similar in our culture of it. We have our first hunt, which is our coming of age. Age ranges vary. Typically, you'll see it between the ages of 10 and 16. It really depends on just when the parents feel their kid is ready to go on it, because it does involve them going out into the woods by themselves without supervision. So, but it doesn't necessarily mean, I know you do it for souls. Ours doesn't have to be, I suppose, actually hunting something. It can just be finding something and bringing it back.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a traditional thing to do, but it is believed to kind of reflect on what their future holds in a way. So, for example, if someone comes back and finds like a feather and they make it into a quill, perhaps they'll be a scholar in the future. And typically, I know for us, we don't really go into detail on what we found on ours, just because it is, since we believe it is a representation of our future, we don't want to risk upsetting it.
I was gonna ask, but I understand now.
I think we might have a book in the library about the first hunt more. Either it's in the library or it's in my room, and I never put it in the library. So I'll have to...
I would love to read it.
I'll have to double check on that.
Me as well. That sounds most interesting.
Yes, we don't really have anything akin to any of that here.
No, we don't really have coming of age type traditions or anything. Well, I guess it could vary based on region and sea monster.
But that does go for everything. And besides, it's mostly the fringe houses that have their own separate traditions. Most of our traditions, like I said before, have been mostly standardized with small variances.
Indeed. I also wanted to ask, we have a variety of books on our regions and some of the various sea monsters and their anatomical structures. Does Court Solmera and Court Cinderlin happen to have any books based on your various types of regions, or perhaps, if forgive me, it's a little to ask, like anatomical structures or types of, I suppose, a book explaining why certain Spellfolk would be a different coloration, why? Actually, I've been meaning to ask, I've noticed that, I read somewhere that Court Solmera, the royalty, has twin tails. Is there a reason for that?
There is. It's basically just since ancient times, the Solmera family has been particularly blessed by both the sun and the moon, which represents two tails, one from the sun and one from the moon.
Huh. I see.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's books existing that have more of the anatomy and such and knowledge of us. I know I don't have any in my possession currently. Professor Saren honestly might, given that she sort of acts as the school nurse, but I am unsure. Lady Daphne might also, so I could inquire with her about it.
I'd be most interested in to read things like that. It is somewhat of a topic I'm most intrigued by, considering the amount of sea monsters in the sea. It is interesting to learn about the types of various species and other folks on land.
No, I will say, Lady Levy, it is probably because, well, when it comes to sea monsters, us calling ourselves one singular origin is certainly a stretch, isn't it?
Yes. Though, we're mostly all, in abilities-wise, similar now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do have to know... Oh, apologies.
I was gonna answer the question. I don't think we have any, like, knowledge, books here, but possibly we can try get something.
I think that's a Cassian question, though. It seems something that would be more in the royal archives rather than just out and about.
Royal Archives.
Perhaps you could ask, like, monks or something of the sort.
Monks.
Yes, monks. They are, I believe, the equivalent to Solmeran priests. They practice magic, mainly healing magic, and rituals such as
Oh.
cleansing rituals.
Similar to a sorcerer?
Similar, yes,
See.
but more of a religious type in a sense, more of a traditional stance.
Interesting.
I thought Cribson had something to say.
I suppose I'll ask a general question to the table. And this is a matter of personal opinion. But what historical event or historical era of your court do you believe most influenced your current culture and why?
This feels like a royal code class.
Weird.
Apologies, perhaps I'm too far into... Well, if that's not part of what Royal Code is about, I don't know what is. Or perhaps I'm too into the teacher mindset. Let me permit that I refresh myself. Favorite part of history, how about that?
I don't know if I necessarily have one. As I mentioned previously, like our written records, we have lived a very streamlined, I suppose. We follow our traditions and we honor those who have passed before us, ensuring that their memory and beliefs continue onwards. So we certainly have evolved in the sense of technological improvements, quality of life improvements, and such, but I wouldn't say I have a favored technological one or favored historical one, just because as it stands, I am in the present and I know that currently it's likely the best our court has seen, and I do hope it continues getting better.
I'm not
Anyone
too
else?
sure about ours. I do know for certain that the coming of Sindraloon is probably one of the most important things, as it is how there are demons. I don't remember the history all too well, do you?
A little bit. I remember, I think it was the first one that summoned under the moon, and that's why we are attuned to the moon a lot.
Yes.
I'd say your sea monsters are a little similar in regard. Not quite, though. The moon has a certain sway. Nor,
Indeed.
for instance, during the ceremony of the tides, when the moon is at its fullest. Like the moon and the ocean, it's never one and the same. It is constantly changing. It can be calm one instant and then raging tsunamis the next. It varies, and like so, our emotions are also connected in a sense. Hence why sometimes during a full moon, sea monsters can be more excited, or occasionally irritable. But it also depends on the sea monster.
Yes, I have a deep adoration of the moon. I love it an equal amount as the sun. I would never rank one above the other. It's what gives light in the dark sky for us to see. It's what for us we consider where those who have passed have gone. I value it greatly. I think everything in the world has its purpose and has something that it proves itself with.
Indeed. Regarding your question, Della, do you particularly have a favorite moment in history?
Well, favorite. I think my favorite moment in history isn't in sea monster history. However, if we're to stick to sea monster, I think it's just the most influential one. The unifying of the houses within the base.
1725.
The beginning of it all, the beginning of Court Cerulean. The houses unifying in order to potentially one day join the Thorned Concord.
Indeed.
As before that, well, sea monster history is rather vague, but before that, it's simply a connection of completely separate clans that did not consider themselves a single court.
Personally, I
Until
think,
Draven Ondine came around. Yes.
indeed, that was a most important year. Personally, however, I think 1925, 100 years ago, was the most important one.
Well, I
As
suppose most influential to now.
indeed, well, when we first came together, it was simply the heirs and anybody of nobility who attended banquets. But then, around 1925, all sea monsters of noble status and others in other statuses, not just nobility, depending on what you did, were allowed to attend annual banquets and meetings and slowly start making their way to interact with people above the surface, which I believe led to a great, more bigger understanding of cultures.
Was heavily influenced by the fact that, well, sea monsters began gaining the ability to spend, well, more than just a few seconds above ground, and it turned into, back then, a singular minute. Even so, it was better than nothing. We could still stand on the ground, and it wasn't just certain families that could. The ability over the past 100 years became, well, it evolved.
And also de-evolved at times.
That's what happens with constant change, though.
Indeed.
Always annoying when it de-evolves.
I don't
At
know
least I
about you,
imagine
but I'm
so.
personally glad I'm not a giant serpent.
I know I've heard at one point or another that even your dietary was only a recent adaptation. I think it was
Indeed.
early in the school year that I was told that it was only a few generations ago that majority became vegetarian.
There's actually an explanation for that.
I'd
Simply
like to hear it.
put, well, a long time ago, sea monsters didn't just eat vegetables, but also we ate meat and fish alike. Well, I say meat hesitantly because since we couldn't go on land as much, it really depended on what ended up in the ocean if it was meat. But mainly fish and other sorts. But then, like, I suppose, I guess you can think of terms of natural selection, or when you have one predator too many in one environment. A lot of fish began to fade away too fast. There wasn't enough food to go around via fish, so obviously you resort to eating something else, which tended to be a variety of kelp and other such flora and fauna of the sea. And slowly but surely, the population grew back. However, we slowly began to just, I guess, weed off fish and meat in place of kelp and other such, because it is a lot easier to eat and also easier to grow and acquire. And hunting became less of a need. Slowly our diet began to change, and now we have officially evolved to only strictly be vegetarian. So much so, in fact, that meat makes us sick.
Only as late as, well, even as late as just 2 generations ago with my grandfather, some were still able to eat meat. Though I don't know any sea monsters who still have the capability anymore.
Makes me curious if there is some, but they are following the more social etiquette now to not.
Likely. It's difficult to come upon meat dishes underwater, so how would one really know?
Understandable. I know, historically, I know that, obviously, it's not a secret that our diets mainly consist of fish. So early on, that would have been what our earlier fell folk ancestors did much of. But I think as we settled down in a one place and built up civilization, that's when the farming and such and our diets likely expanded. 'Cause I know if you see normal lords and ladies walking around, the cats typically you do see them sticking to meat diets and not really showing interest in wanting anything to do with plants for nutrients, I suppose. They might play with them, but I know a lot of flowers can be toxic to them.
Oh.
Actually, I want to change my answer. I know what my favorite historical event is from our court. It has to be the development of the conduit.
I suppose that would be a rather significant event.
I suppose favorite advancements versus event. It's really hard to choose. Oh, but then no, I will refrain. We'll be here all day.
Well, the conduits gave you the ability to more at ease breathe upon land, so it's understandable, because without it, it would have been much more difficult to attend other court banquets and such.
Indeed.
How do I tie them back into the conversation?
And recently we also were blessed with further breathing ability.
Indeed. So, I suppose that's... I hope that goes down in history books. I'd be honored if it did.
I don't see why not. It was quite a significant progress.
If it does go down in history books, I change my answer. That is my favorite historical event.
Well, I must say,
At the risk of being self-centered.
I'm in the dark on this. Can I be informed? After all, it's going to go into the history books, I think. The more people who know, the better.
Well, a few months ago, I made a breakthrough in conduit research. I discovered a way of linking the conduit to a sea monster in a way that instead of only being able to survive 3 minutes on land, even with no conduits around, we can now last up to 8. And even more, technically, I myself can survive hours on land, though it gets painful after a little bit. Essentially, we've removed the need for many sea monsters to go underwater. Furthermore, it's also just improved our quality of life on land. We're far weaker on land than we are underwater, and we've managed to improve that a little bit, at least in the presence of conduits.
I see. That's certainly a very significant advancement, because you said, what, 3 to 8 minutes, so that's 5 additional minutes for most, and potentially
And
more.
For some hours,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm, well, at the risk of sounding self-centered, I'm very proud of it. I also think it is a great breakthrough, and I truly hope that it will be remembered.
Oh, it certainly should be, given the substantialness of it and the impressiveness of it. It most certainly should.
If it does, that's my favorite historical event. Final answer.
Is it really historical of it? I guess it's present. I guess I know it's historical now that it's been a couple months. So.
Making history, right? Though I suppose we all are.
Mm-hmm. I think the entire attendance at the academy in itself is a historical thing, or will be considered a historical thing in the future.
I imagine so.
It is a dream to potentially have your name remembered, something that maybe children at school might learn someday.
I agree. I know we greatly value education in Solmera, because the more educated you are, the more you can develop your skills and improve life around you. So we like to make sure that we have education as open and accessible as we can.
If you were to go down in history as something, and this goes to everyone at the table, what would you most like to be remembered for? In a general sense. I suppose the fashion you carry yourself with, some kind of great breakthrough.
I don't know. I know my name will be in a history book. I'm hoping it's remembered fondly. But I suppose it'll be written by whoever comes after me. Perhaps my incredible fashion taste, if I'm not going to go into the soulless side of things.
Not go into the solace side of things.
If I'm not going to rely on my title, like, if someone should write about me, because I'm going to be written about as a soulless. So if I was to
Of
choose
course.
something different, I would like
Well,
my fashion.
as a soulless, would you rather be remembered as great or perhaps as kind? Peaceful?
Protective, I suppose. Which I think would cover peaceful if I'm protective, as long as I don't have to do anything to protect them, I suppose.
And the rest of you?
I'm not exactly sure myself.
She's prime.
Honestly, I don't exactly know yet where I stand in all of this.
I think mine's is definitely trinkets. I do want to make my own business one day and be able to go across the land to sell my own wares.
Remembered in more specific history, but still has someone to look up to. Savali?
Not to copy answers, but I don't really know. It's like, Valaras don't exactly go down in history, I think. They all get noted down on what their positions are and any accomplishments, like changes perhaps they've made, but there's too many other responsibilities that they have to the church, the acolytes, the priests. In general, they have too much to take care of to really have the time or need to strive for anything as great as going down in history.
So I do think taking care of those who are relying on you comes before making a name for yourself.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Lemmy, if you were to go down in history for anything, what do you wish it would be for?
I'm not too. I suppose my opinion is that I honestly, forgive me if this sounds a little bit not rude, but just I really could not care if I'd gone down in history. I am here to serve my Duchess, and is about my purpose, but if it is something, I hope that I remembered. I do not mind either way.
I think living in the present and just wanting to focus on what you can do now and not worrying about what comes after is an honorable thing to do.
Thank you.
I agree. I think it's much better to live in the present.
Well, like I said before, we are making history as we are here.
Right.
So I suppose the future's not distant of a thought. I think everyone can guess my answer.
I think you have done a lot to be written and remembered down in history, so.
Now here's to helping.
You could always write the book and put it in the library yourself. I'm sure it would stay there for a long time either way.
I feel as though half of us in the technology world wouldn't have much as their advancements if not for you. I might not understand it, but I know that you were part of making a lot of the creations.
After me.
Yes, engineering is still not something I can wrap my head around. I know you have your business in that line of things, and you make all these small things that are wonderful, and I have to be amazed every single time.
Well, small and big, it's they support each other at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Could you actually go more into detail about your creations as someone who lived a very isolated life? I don't really know anything about you.
All right. Well, I'll try to keep this brief. I dabble in multiple industries. My greatest breakthrough was, of course, airships. I made quite a grand breakthrough in how they function, and since then they've become, well, used far more in different kingdoms. And of course mostly in ours. Besides that,
very interesting.
I have also made multiple scientific breakthroughs regarding the conduits, the most recent one being the one about connections to conduits. It can also help medically a lot for those who aren't sea monsters and may have any issues breathing. Of course, I'm not on Inventions, but just general work. I've improved engines, transport, and such, mostly in regards to trains. I'm always working on ways to improve them. And I also have my own business in regards to smaller trinkets. That I'm mostly known in Court Solmera for my mechanical birds.
I enjoy them quite a lot.
Very much so.
And if you pay attention to, let's see, do we have anything here of Caribbean tech? Of course, today I don't wear any of my badges and such. Have you ever, on, say, a mechanical hair curler, or, I suppose even any of the, well, any transportation devices, have you ever seen a symbol that's a cog with 2 rows of teeth within it? If you have, that's Caribbean tech, and that is supplied by me.
Very, very interesting. I can't say I've seen that, I'm afraid. But I will be sure to keep a lookout for it now.
But yes, that's... Back to the topic, though.
What was the topic?
Oh.
It appears the tide did not wish for the topic to continue.
No, it's telling us to cut it short.
Perhaps a new topic is in order.
See, we talked about holidays and history, and we talked about religion. I guess this isn't necessarily entirely cultural. Well, I guess it is. I'm curious to know what perhaps what majors you're going into, like advisor and such, and what they represent in your court, perhaps. I think that lines with cultural.
In a sense, especially when it comes to the sorcerers and sorceresses, which is the major I'm going into. They are the ones responsible for holding rituals and giving markings to demons, as it is a very common practice. I'm sure even who's a good example of markings? I feel like either Cassian or Candace.
Yeah.
Cassian has them on his horns, I believe. I'm forgetting what Cassian looks like now.
He does have those purple marks on his horns.
Yes. Those are given by sorcerers or sorceresses, and they are the only ones able to determine when markings are earned. And they are essentially a reflection of achievement.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd assumed that was just a sort of something you're born with.
I did too. I did think it was just a trait.
No, they are very much so intentional and given. Typically, the first one is given during coming of age. I don't know if any of you have something to this similar extent.
Not really. Nothing of that significance in itself. Like, if you've seen Loon 7 with like a short sleeve, he has one of his arms is tattooed, but that isn't. I'm sure there's significance to him to it, but it isn't like a culture-wide. This is something that means this.
Well, I'm going for Lady in Waiting. Well, it is more typical with expected of I believe most courts of how they Lady in Waiting's working is. Mostly to help party planning and like festivities, keep the appearance. Nothing too important as like a sorcerer.
I know for us, Lady in Waitings has a lot of importance. They are, while in hierarchy and technicality, I would say the advisor still ranks above them, but they are someone who advises the lady or lord they serve. Likely an equal amount, if not more. They typically advise more on personal side of things versus the advisor advising on economical or cultural specifically. But for us, our Lady in Waitings are typically someone we're extremely close to because it is someone that we are trusting their opinions of.
I see.
I'm going for a Lady in Waiting as well. I suppose I am going for that position, but in a way I've been in that position for a while. Sense. And our court, obviously, it varies depending on the noble you serve, and depending on the noble house the lord or lady in waiting is from. That their closeness to whoever they're serving can also vary. For instance, I know I was picked to look after the duchesses and make sure they are looked after well. But I, of course, make sure I serve the duchesses first and foremost, since that is what I was picked to do. And I intend to keep upholding that responsibility, along with, of course, like Lady Riley mentioned,
She mentioned
helping to plan the
earlier, so I do
parties.
take it she's extremely
Make
loyal
sure
to her
everything is
duchesses.
Oh, and also, I guess sometimes a lord lady in waiting will work hand in hand with the advisor, since sometimes there's some information that pick up that could be useful for the advisor to know. After all, being close with the staff of one's court is a job that a lady in waiting must take very seriously, and making sure everybody is doing their due responsibility and that they are all comfortable and as happy as they can be to make sure everything runs efficiently.
It's a very valued position, even if they don't get all the credit they deserve for it, to keep everything running so smoothly. So I do like your court, or your take on it, since you said it can vary depending on who they're serving.
Indeed.
I must ask, since you two are heirs, if you weren't heirs, what would you aim for?
Well, as Solmera heirs, we 7 included, all of us started as loons, and we are more or less from a young age raised to fill a specific position. So how Tabali is doing a lot of things with the priests and the church. Initially, I was being raised to more so be a socialite, might be the best word for it. I was going to be more so in charge of diplomatic relations, hosting nobles that came to our region or our own nobles for events and coordinating and throwing those events. So that's why I still have a heavy hand in hosting the events, because that is what I was raised to do prior to me becoming the soul. So if I wasn't, that would be, I guess, Lady in Waiting would be where I would fall into, I suppose. But event planner and coordinating things. Though I would not serve others. I wouldn't.
And what is the process for picking a soul?
Well, from a young age, it's pretty much our father would watch us, and 7 is the oldest sibling, so he was previously the sole pick, but he was a loon for most of his life as well. And since I was being raised to be more of a socialite and Tavali had the church ongoings, it was only natural that as the eldest, he was picked to be our next solus. But when it came down to him not winning the position and deciding between me and Tavali, it's Tavali has the promises to the church, and mine are just gatherings and such, so it made more sense, I suppose, for me to take on the role.
I see.
But yes, when picking a soul, it's, I suppose, technicality requirements is they have to have the twin-tailed trait and be related to the Solmera family. But it is most often chosen from the children.
Does that imply there are other folk with twin tails other than the Solmeras?
Yes. In very rare cases, our just children are born with the 2 tails, indicating that they were just born very blessed. In that case, usually perhaps a noble family might decide to take them in. Very rarely the Solmera family ourselves would take in that child, but most usually they would go to the church.
So it has never happened, but I suppose if it came to a point that myself, Tavali, or 7 were all incapable of being soul, they would seek out a disciple of the church, most likely that has the twin-tailed trait, to be trained into the position, unless there is a relative of ours that is closer related that could, if there was no other option, because it is, our soulless position is also a religious role. It is, they have the blessings of the sun and moon, so they are guiding our court.
Most interesting.
I know your court has, I forget the technical term for it, but I know you do voting for your heirs, no?
Yes.
How does that all go for it?
Well, typically, the high chancellor. Well, most of the time, whoever it is currently, their children is technically high chancellor until later on when the voting, which I believe Cassian is voted in, and he is now technically in next line, I guess you could say, in typical terms.
I see. So does the voting just happen every, like, once a generation, or is it on a timer of sort? Is it just whenever or is it like the High Chancellor has their children when their children's of age, like another vote is held, or is it something different?
I believe it is 5 years. I believe every 5 years there'll be a vote. You know, all the districts.
I see. I don't like
And
that.
since it is a voting system, does that imply that it not only has to remain within the family, that other families can participate? And what qualifications are required for them to participate in such a voting process?
Well, I think a lot of people have been training for ones who want to be voted in, a lot of them will have to go training such a young age to be ready for the position, and then showing proof to the rest of the districts that they can do it, I guess. Since it is open to majority everyone, I guess. But because of how closely, not really closely knit, but how much words can spread about everyone's invention, achievements, spread around the neighborhood, it helps a lot for words.
You see. Interesting.
That is interesting. I know we are also very merit-based on, while we do positions can be passed down, it is you have to prove yourself for them. We don't have noble families that do nothing. If they don't contribute to the region, they don't, and if they harm the region, most definitely they don't keep their title.
Understandable.
So everyone plays a role, and some families are more experienced in, I suppose, like clothing and textiles, while others, like the Lafayettes, are pharmaceutical-based. Apologies. Most of our noble families, if you go by their name, you can figure out a business or some type of charitable work that they do that makes them deserving of their merit.
Understandable.
So your well, is that else?
Pardon?
Or how's yours work? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, when it comes to the current Duke, it is passed down to the Duke's children. Typical monarchy, I guess you could say. Personally, there hasn't been any changes since Grand Duke Draven Ondine first came into power. The very first Ondine to unite the other houses and clans, and to make court civilian to join the Thorn Court. And ever since then, his ancestors have taken up the head of Grand Duke or Duchess. So, it is just a line of succession through blood. In terms of the various noble factions around, or whoever stepped into nobility, which, depending on what you brought to the table, can put you in a noble position. Back then, when everything was still being formed, that is. My household, as an example, the Nereids threw in their lot when they decided to join the Thorn Court to be loyal to the Grand Duke Ondine and Court Cerulean, and have served them since. So I have had to take over my household at a young age. And with that, while my responsibilities and duties are always to my duchesses, I also have to balance making sure my household, my estate, and everybody who works there are adequately cared for, and making sure everything is handled, as I'm sure every other noble here has to do, even if they are not fully in charge of their house yet.
I do think everyone, if they have people relying on them, when it comes to being nobility, if you're employing them or if they're in your territory, that you should be caring for them. So that is impressive.
Indeed. Though it is different from house to house. I tend to think that way along with my family. Other noble houses can continue to do the line of succession through blood, or if there was somebody we are fond of who we know is good at their job and have the qualities of a leader, we can also appoint them as a successor to our household, or give them the name, and they can change the name of the household to their name. It would still be in the history books, of course, but it would be written down. That is very rare, however. But it really also depends if there's anyone left to take the name.
Yes, in regards to Cerulean, I think you're all starting to realize we're very much not so culturally the same, depending on the region.
Perhaps the last 2 seats should have been filled by more members of your court, so we get it to be more diversity on it. It is interesting to learn. I like seeing how different families run different ways.
Well, the most common people that are here are, of course, from the Imperial Sea, and in that regard, that culture is fairly similar. However, it would be a lie to say that things don't differ if, say, you were to go a few miles off from the Imperial Sea. Suddenly, you might encounter very different things.
Mm-hmm. There certainly is no correct way to oversee a house or to do certain things. I do think it always varies depending on happenstance and environment. So,
There are some legal, of course, restrictions to how things should be run. Documents need to be passed by correctly. Everything has to apply to general cerulean law. And
Indeed.
if certain boundaries are crossed, then, well, you can very much get arrested and someone else will be put to rule in your place. Or you may be punished through, well, the loss of your voice.
interesting.
Is that a common punishment?
Well, it's quite severe. However, if you can't, well, if your voice isn't being used to well, give commands that are beneficial to your area, if you are being treasonous, or, well, there are plenty of crimes where this could be used. It's quite serious, but for either a temporary amount of time or permanent, your voice could be taken from you.
I see.
It is, after all, a very strong weapon to use to gain favor.
Mhm.
However, if your crime is seen that you have done the bad, then your voice will be gone to prevent you from trying to dissuade others or try to rope others into your deeds for the future.
Regards to justice are very literal in a sense. It's a very restoring balance type situation. If you have committed a crime, the punishment will be sought out to balance what you've done. If you've stolen, you must pay.
An
If
eye for an
you've
eye type of
harmed-
deal.
Yes. If you've harmed, harm will come to you. If you've spoken in a way that has caused severe harm, then the tool with which you have caused that harm will be taken from you. Of course, only when the law has been broken.
I see. That is interesting hearing about other court punishments. I would say ours. I want to say ours are more traditional, but I know traditional just applies to us. But a lot of our laws are more standardized with their punishments. But of course, the more severe the consequence. The typical things. Nobility is the one that comes into play of being, I guess, more severe. How you mentioned, if you take something for another, your punishment would be for them to have to give something back. For us, it's if like one of our nobles is to misuse the taxes of their people in their territory, or if they are profiting off the suffering of their people, their assets are fully seized and the assets are distributed between those who are harmed by it, while a new lord or lady would be put in place over the area.
You know, for our court, we have something slightly similar to how you are. We have technically a law of the voice, which is typically also if it's someone's losing for misfortune or being falsehood or slander, it'd be the punishment is loss of public standing. Everyone will know that you're not to be trusted in a way.
I do have a question regarding how other courts sees authorized duels of sorts. I know, Solmera, we have a system in place for duels, but typically we actually do not do combat duels. We'll do like duels of the arts. crafts, trades, anything of the sort, unless it just truly cannot be settled without two people wanting to swing blades at one another. But do your courts practice dueling? I know Bloodwind has I believe it's a duel of honor.
I'm not too sure for Singerlin. To be fair, I'm not very... how do I put this? I don't go outside very often, so I'm not too sure of how much of the outside world works other than traditions.
I don't think we have any like dueling like that, something. But we definitely I don't think so, in my opinion. I don't think there's any such thing about it.
This is a difficult question, honestly.
Apologies.
They mostly happen between knights or people who wish to become knights or soldiers, as it's quite the beneficial career path. They are very often used during celebrations as a demonstration of strength, but it really depends on the person. It's not really an integral part of our culture. It's simply not discouraged either, as long as it's authorized, fully agreed on, and of course there's a doctor on site.
Yes, it also depends again on the region and the type of clan, I suppose, or whatever their beliefs are in terms of fighting.
Yes.
However,
Laws-wise, it's not discouraged nor encouraged.
before we became an official court and formed together sea monsters, if you wanted to fight someone, you simply fought them. There wasn't much else to it, which might be seen as quite... I don't know what word I should use here. Suppose more so a natural thing for a predator to do if another predator encroaches on their territory. Just fight. Don't ask questions. But through slow evolution, it's more of a... there is more honor behind it now. More rules and scenarios. But it is not a big thing we typically have. There is no honorific duel we have in the history books that people go through.
I suppose since ours aren't directly related to combat all the time is why ours might be more common. You'll see it in cases like noble families, perhaps two are wanting to bid on the same thing and can't reach a compromise on a contract of sorts, so instead they will have a paint-off or something of the others, and I think that does play into us being very merit-based on people having their talents. Even commoners will... For the non-combat duels, it doesn't need a lot of regulation to it. There has to be an overseer, of course, but if it is a combat one, it does have to have physical paperwork approval to go through. Commoners, I don't really see ever doing combat duels, but you'll see them doing the more calmer options. And it's not even always to settle disagreements. It might just be more of a good fun on two people who are planting and who grows the biggest pumpkin, I suppose. It's encouraged friendly competition. It's just whenever it gets violent that it's strict.
I suppose another reason we don't really have that is because we each know similar kind of where our own strengths and weaknesses in a way of just who not to mess with.
As I see competition in a way as a way for people to have motivation to improve. So if them having friendly competitions means overall they might produce better quality products for others in the region to enjoy, I will always encourage it.
That does sound like a very beneficial thing to have. Perhaps we should also start encouraging fellow sea monsters to partake in things like that.
Perhaps. Nothing wrong with a little bit of friendly competition.
You could
Perhaps we'll
always
find more.
you could challenge people to
Heirs
making
that way.
trinkets.
Definitely does
That might
sound
be a little
interesting.
rigged in one side, but it would encourage them to get better.
I mean, Katarina, you know that I've participated in, well, in Solmera duels before.
Oh, most definitely. But if it's going to be more common within your own court, challenging a friend or two.
I would love for them to appear in Court Cerulean more often because I think they're absolutely magnificent. And well, I'm not much of a fighter.
I know I've hosted tea parties before with other nobles in my region where the premise is all of us making tea and deciding whose tea was best steeped and brewed.
Well, how I would
Well.
love to participate in one of those.
Well, if you want if you want competitions in Cerulean, I will say the noble houses have the most extravagant fashion competitions you will ever see. When gravity works very different underwater, you will see some very different outfits.
That is very fair. I know the times where I am in the water, it's very floaty. My hair and my flowy clothes, so that does sound very
I also
interesting.
have found that on land, more clothes are typically the norm, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Well.
poofier gowns for sure.
So that's our own way of making fashion statements. The more fabric there is, the more we can decor it. I know Cinderloon it was hanfus and such. What other type of traditional clothing do you see in your region?
It's mainly hanfus or chipals. Chipals. Another way to say it, cheongsam. They are more traditional clothes. They are. It depends on what you wear. Hanfus tend to be more flowy, as chipals are more modern and sleek.
I know whenever I attended, I went with a hanfu because I do like the flowier and layered fabric a lot. So it was very appealing.
I'm glad you did. There are very, very different styles. If it wasn't the Lunar New Year festival, you could also see colors in black and white. Not all of them are super traditional in a sense, as many people do customize it in a way, but that is just the typical.
Understandable. Fashion is about creativity and taking your spin on things, so if it isn't a situation that calls for it to be purely traditional, I would be happy to see things that are done with a spin. I think it makes them interesting. But with that, I'm going to wrap up the tea party. I did enjoy learning a lot from all of you and talking with you. You're more than welcome to help yourself with more treats from the coffer. I made it for all of you, so take whatever you please. Yes,
Lovely.
I would love to eventually make tea with you, Lady Leviathan, and I would love to see more of your cultural clothing. I know what hanfus look like, but I wouldn't be able to identify the others.
Well, I am wearing a teapot right now.
Oh, I see. And the other was Kipo? What was the other one? I'm sorry. It was
Chipao.
Chipao. Okay.
I would very much enjoy making tea with you, Lady Katarina. I also do have a tea club, if you are interested.
I would be. I know at one point I saw one of your meetings, but I had other obligations I couldn't attend.
No, I'm afraid you've been misinformed. I actually have yet to hold a meeting yet.
It was after a culinary class, I believe, or that never happened. So I suppose it wasn't officially a club meeting and more of a...
No, it was more so anybody who wished to come learn to make tea. It was not official yet.
Oh, I see.
It wasn't until your festival that I put together a sign-up sheet and everything to make it more so official. I just had time to set everything up. But I do have a book listed of different teas and their effects. So if there's one plant I am familiar with, it's tea plants and their various effects.
Please do
Perhaps
add
in the
me to that
future.
list.
Certainly. The sign-up book is, I believe, still outside the club room if anybody is interested. Now,
I'll
Lady
have to check
Riley
it
and
out.
Lady DiMartino are part of it.
We'll have
Forward
to
to it.
have a joint thing at some point, because I know one of my club meetings for botany, I was planning to go over. I want to talk about botany in general, and one thing that you see flowers used a lot in is tea. So
Indeed.
that
I would
might-
certainly love that.
a joint discussion would be fun to do.
Of course. Just let me know a time and day, and I'll be happy to. Oh, and I do mention that if anything done last minute with any tea or baked goods need, I do like to cater.
I see. Yes. Thank you all for attending today. It was very joyful seeing all your faces. I hope you have a pleasant rest of your evenings.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank
so
you,
much
so
for
Katarina.
Of course.
It was an honor to be here.
Okay, we're wrapping it up.
I would love some more spring rolls. I don't get enough of these.
I love making them.
I'm glad.
Okay.
They can be very difficult to make sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I like spring rolls and I like cabbage rolls, so I always make sure I make them in tandem.
I love the cabbage rolls, they are quite delicious.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Of course. Farewell.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
I look forward
Farewell.
to this again, hopefully.
I think that went well. I hope that went well. I haven't.
So it was very informative, actually.
Yeah, I wanted to learn. Like, I know I've done studies of other courts and just education-wise of learning things at home, but I haven't socialized with the other courts all too much to really know too much about their cultural things. Like, sure, I will go up to them and have conversations, but you normally don't touch on traditions and holidays.
Yeah, you don't usually go up to people and be like, so what's your culture exactly? Like, explain.
No, or funeral rites and such. It's you have to be in a niche situation to ask that if it's not something designed, which is why I wanted to host something like this.
Which was fun.
Mm-hmm. It's a little regrettable I didn't invite anyone from Bloodwind to attend, but it was initially planned at the Lunar New Year thing with the people who are in front of me, so I also didn't want to just keep adding people.
Yeah.
I'll have to do a separate
Also, I don't
thing
know,
maybe
do
with
they
them.
have someone in the position of Lady or Lord in Waiting?
Well, I didn't even invite people with the intention of it being their Lady and Lord in Waiting. I think that's just how it came out. I don't know. I don't know who I would invite, because I invited Lady Riley and Lady Min because they knew a lot about their New Year, and I thought they would be very informative. And then Professor Charybdin wanted to join in, and I thought she would have a lot of knowledge that would be interesting. And I invited Lady Leviathan because I knew she enjoys tea, and I thought it would be pleasant to have her. I don't know who of Bloodwind I would really think of as the best person to invite.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I've heard many of them, like, speak exactly about anything cultural outside of, like, their events.
Mm-hmm. That's where I was coming in at a short end on that. And if I would invite anyone, I was like, I didn't know who would be super knowledgeable, I suppose. I feel like all of them likely should be, but I guess they wouldn't be put on the spot because they would have the invitation and know that they're going to be asked about their cultural, but even then, I don't think you can fully prepare for what questions might come up. I wasn't expecting to talk about, like, morning traditions.
I don't think that's ever expected.
No, I think we started off the conversation on it. And I was like, oh.
We did.
Okay, have your topics after this. What are your holidays?
Jumping right into it.
I think it worked out well. I don't think any of us lost anyone recently to have ruined the mood. Too recently, I guess Professor Cribden has, but it went well, I think.
What about that?
Mm-hmm. It was pleasant.
Have you read the book?
The 80-page one. I have.
Have you read about what they said about Seven?
Yeah. Apparently, he can't disobey me. Hello, Lizzaylia.
The last thing I was expecting to read about the Solmeran section in the book. Seven being under mind control.
Yes, prior to reading it, I was taking my guesses on what our section would have. I'm like, probably the Conduit, the Valentine's Day Festival. It's probably gonna bring up Paxton a lot again. I feel like Leonidas gonna be brought up. And I just didn't really know what else it would say. And then I get to it, and it's like, I have received information that Sol Katarina has taken the position of Loon 7 by contract or whatever it says, and he can't disobey her, and that's why he's not at the academy, so it won't come to light.
What it for me? It was so out of left field. It was the last
Yes,
thing
if I had control over him, he would be at the academy and he would be earning his points. Instead, he's at Kingdom Building, living in his house. He built his house and he just hasn't come back.
He decided he was made a vacation home and he's staying at vacation.
But no, I have control over him, I suppose. I think he's the one person, the court besides father, that I don't actually have control over in any shape or form. Other people will, like, listen to me out of respect, I suppose, and he does on occasion, but I feel like if he actually doesn't want to, he just won't.
Yeah. I just was so unexpected.
That, and then after, like, mentioning that, it's like, and Lord Felix's hair color is black and white.
And the part where, if Lady Ridley even knows about that, they're siblings.
I know, what do you mean if Lady Ridley
she does.
I was like, what do you mean? Oh, in the Bloodwind section, I think, it comments on, like, gorgeous gown at the at the Rose Festival. So.
I think so.
I mean, that just sounds like nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
so
I
just
made it into the
complimented
Bloodwind
you, really.
section. Yeah, for the most part, I just think they don't have anything negative to write about me, I guess, because they complimented me a lot, and then they pulled out just a contract I have my brother under. It's like,
I was not expecting, because they were complimenting you so much, so when we got to your name, and it was like, what
are you
compliment?
also under contract
No.
to Bali?
Oh, I might be.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Well, I guess my court is, what did it say? I call my court, like, it was, the inner sanctum was centered around me.
Oh,
And at the same time, it's like, well, yes, most of the court is my friends, and I'm the soul. I mean, yeah, I talk to my court. That's a good thing. Why is that?
Forbid, we're friends.
Forbid that I am communicative with my court.
Also, the boo with Leviathan.
I was so
I
confused
know,
on why they went so
Sarah.
hard on Lady Leviathan. I was like, I was
Oh,
talking to
no,
Mirelle
the
about it.
secret
I'm like,
sibling.
why?
She has time to cultivate tea.
It's so funny.
It's like the changing of gender is just a natural thing for sea monsters. It is not something I ever really questioned, and so seeing the book like go on to Lady Leviathan for being a lord on occasion and suspecting things, it's what?
It's quite funny. Like, the whole book is just quite funny. In a sad
I
way,
honestly,
but it's funny.
I kind of really like the books.
Me too. They're a good laugh. You know what?
They
They're a good
are.
laugh.
Mhm.
I-
I hope most
I
people
was
take
reading-
it
I was
as
losing my mind.
false in general, because at the end of the day, do I have 7 in a contract? No. Do I have any physical proof that I don't have him in a contract? No. So if I get I don't know, what do I do about this?
Honestly,
Do I
wouldn't worry too much. I think everyone thinks it's quite ridiculous.
I
I don't
suppose
think
so. I'm
anything
just
in the
always
books
worried
should
about
be
my
taken as
image.
fact.
but it's very funny.
They really are. Oh, and the honey baths?
Oh my god,
Bottled
whenever
honey
I read that, I did throw out the honey bottle that I had in my backpack from the Rose Festival.
I must say, I was a bit worried. I was having a little freak out on if I ate the honey.
Let's only
I guess I
consume
can say
honey
if
from
it's-
hives we collect it from. It's not just in case it's harmless to not drink the honey that we're given. It doesn't affect us to not drink it, and
Yeah. It was just so funny.
Like, I feel like for our bit as well, it's just they're scraping the stuff up. Like, I'm having nosy now. Like,
they didn't have anything
Paxton
about
was
us.
brought up again.
Again, they don't have anything.
This poor man.
They also
And
specifically
they
brought
don't
up.
even know how to spell our title.
No, they spelled loon wrong.
Yeah, they're
I'm
literally
Luntamali.
And it says Lord 7, not even Loon 7.
I know.
It's okay, 7. I took your title, and you didn't even get to be
And
Loon
your
anymore.
mind was
You are now just a lord.
Oh. I need the third book right now.
I don't know. I like to, when I see them pop up now, because I did it with this one, I just like to try to guess what our section is going to have. Thinking of like, okay, what have we done that can be spun? Oh, I did figure that Daphne's incident with Lady Rosamund would be in there, and it was. So they did
I feel like that's old
dramatize
news,
it.
though. Like, people have just kind of moved on from that.
Well,
I think so.
it was an accident. It was an authorized duel in magical studies. Everyone watched her go over to help her get back up.
Mhm.
Like, it wasn't...
Would just be a bit of a dumb decision
Yes.
to do something so publicly.
It's when you agree to duel, you are accepting the risk that things will go wrong. That is why we are against combat duels in Solmera for the most part. Doesn't matter how thoroughly prepared you are, you cannot be prepared for everything, and accidents happen.
Oh, even in supervised stuff. Like Professor Saren was right there.
Professor Saren was there, who was a nurse and couldn't help her. And so was multiple students in the class. It's not much more you can do about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially when we're all students at an academy learning things. And I mean, Daphne's not allowed to do magic duels anymore.
What else is there? Oh yeah, I got called out again.
Which
With Phelan mention.
I mean, I would hope the headmaster's very invested in finding a missing student.
It's not my fault, I'm his favorite little meow meow.
Oh,
You just
sorry,
hopped right
my
over.
and you were gone.
He went to look.
I don't like the fact that they're commenting on how we're missing so many students when ultimately we really aren't. Like, Lady Ridley's back at court. 7 just lives at Kingdom Building. I don't honestly exactly know where Lord Myra is, but my assumption is he's at home, given that his brother Lord Mateo is here and just fine.
Oh, didn't they say Mateo? Like Myra took Mateo's place?
Yes, it did say that.
I completely forgot about that part. It was just so ridiculous.
I don't know. I stopped Mateo. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to this, but I have to do my due diligence and just check just in case I am. I just have to double check to make sure I'm not being a terrible soul. Who are you? Cause like there's no way. Like I was like, there's absolutely no way I've confused Lord Mateo, Lord Myro. I've known them since I was a child.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way I'm confusing them. But what if? And so I had to double check.
No, they act very different from each other.
But no, it comments on if all these missing students will keep us in the game of earning points and yada yada yada. It's like, well, for all our missing students, we're currently in second.
Wait, are we?
Yes,
I
John.
haven't checked.
If we were
Yes,
last time I checked,
we are
unless it
second.
updated again and we went down.
Updated again recently, I think, and I think
Oh.
I think we are still second, maybe, hopefully.
I think the last time I looked was when we had the hot springs. I think Lady Daphne was messaging me the point updates.
We can have nosy just now.
Oh yeah, we can.
No,
I'm
see
going to make
Do
us
you want
a
any
open
snacks,
space.
Luciala, from our leftovers from the tea party?
Ooh. I would take some tea. I like tea. Num num. Thank you.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, the moon.
I think the
Second
world
round.
might be
Oh,
singing.
yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
the sun is making us sluggish.
Yeah.
True, yes. No, I've decided to take the books as the newest gossip magazines.
It is just gossip columns, and Solmera, like, people also gossip like crazy there, so it's, I don't consider it anything new. They will take anything and spin it
Yes,
into a tall
Riley.
tale.
Oh, yeah, Riley.
I like Riley.
Mm-hmm.
I like Riley.
Oh, have you both seen the new teacher portraits, by the way?
Have they changed again?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a cat!
I'm assuming so, yes.
Wait, he looks so good.
Why is he keeled over?
Why?
Because it has to
Oh,
go with all strings here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Greetings.
I love all the cats. Meow, 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 so strong.
Is that an
Yeah.
orca cat?
Miss Stella.
Oh, Saren looks lovely.
Someone said change the names.
You're so right.
Why is there a cog on the wall?
I don't know. I saw that earlier. Get rid of it. Oh,
Oh,
my pickaxe is
look
too
your
good.
way. We saw nothing.
Yippee. Just gonna. Here.
Let's stash that away for engineering.
No. I hope there's never an engineering class again. I'm so bad at this.
I can help with whatever, but I also don't know anything about engineering.
It's okay. Meow, not smart.
No, Pia was so big brain.
Meow, small brain.
Do you
Okay,
take
but-
roller
Meow,
code,
big engineering
Luciala?
brain.
Do you take roll code?
Yeah. Well, I don't. I still
Oh.
haven't selected my majors.
'Cause there's royal code homework, though we haven't had a class
Yeah,
in
I was-
ages. Oh,
I wrote it
greetings.
down, but I wrote it down bad.
I have it written down.
Hi.
What happened to the portraits again?
They're admiring them.
They're very bad. Miss Stella, look. It's so beautiful.
You even have little claws.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
For some reason, the
looks-
head
it looks
monster
just
feels
like
very
me.
fitting.
Look at that.
Wait. Beautiful.
Perfect.
Are the cat photos in the equestrian hallways still the little
Those
creatures?
cyclopses.
I think so.
Oh,
Simeows.
Simeows?
Yes.
They're interesting little specimens.
But they're so polite.
They are sitting very politely.
I wonder why they didn't change the Phelan picture at all.
Perhaps because it is so accurate.
I don't know if I've
everyone
ever
else
seen the
had their
headmaster on the
pictures
floor.
changed.
I have.
And this is just the same picture as it's always
Stella
been.
scared him.
Oh,
During the dance circle.
dance circle?
Uh-huh.
Oh yes, he'd been called old a lot. He was having a crisis, and then the Stella came up from behind him, and then he screamed in terrified fear.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
I see.
That was so long ago.
It was.
Wait, why are we bringing it up?
I haven't seen
Ow.
the headmaster on the floor like this photo seems to be
Oh,
reflecting.
That's the only time I remember seeing him on the floor.
He did fall over.
A senior moment, I see. Really tragic.
I like to think that he was simply flawed by my beauty.
No, I think it's definitely the old age. He's
I
very old.
agree.
Like when he didn't hear my neigh and I had to do it again during horsey class.
Exactly. Old people moment.
Everyone else heard it. Everyone
I
else
did.
but him.
Yeah.
Oh!
You're the closest to him too.
I was right by him.
Perhaps he simply wanted to get in.
Selective
He was
hearing.
lying.
I think
Well,
I'm
we
so
were
impressed.
passing through, so please excuse us.
All right. We were also going to look at the points. I was curious if they have updated.
Oh.
I found you.
Bye.
Oh, yep, of course.
Oh my.
Your tails are very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
Sorry. I was just walking behind. And I was like, you look very nice.
I think this is the points I saw last time. I think.
Yes, second.
So. Yeah, meow second. Meow
You're so
strong.
I think I remember us being like 40 behind the lead. So and this is
Oh.
pretty much 40 behind. I guess it's
They're very close.
yeah 40-ish behind. I was gonna say maybe 50 behind, but I think it's 40. I can do math. I'm also not an engineering student for a reason. Or a
Some
master
women are so
coin.
stinky. They're so smelly and sweaty.
Which one? Who?
Cinderly.
Oh.
Like, look at this. Meow meow.
Meow. But yeah, no, I don't know what the book was talking about with the points.
I know. Unless it was trying to discredit us and like say we're not qualified because we don't have people attending, but we attend our
Bloodwind's
classes.
right there. If they're going to bash attendance, Bloodwind is right there.
I don't know. Like we do things. We're around.
We do.
Meow meow.
I think there's always a
Besides-
plenty amount of folk around.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's like just not a lot of classes right now.
So if you do
I thought it's
happen to
something
be
to be
unavailable and
attending.
miss a class, it's you've missed the one class for the 2 months. Yes, I can get a copy of what the Royal Code homework is to you.
Please. Because I
It's-
remember writing it down and then being told that I had the wrong idea about what it was.
Yeah, you were talking about our movement.
Yeah.
No, it's something to do with like what socially the upwards and downwards like social mobility. So like someone becoming a noble or gaining more status or going
Oh,
downwards.
right.
And
yes.
then that class we talked about like the different ways of ruling, and so like how like there's people who own like land and serve them. So it's asking like what our nobles provide to the commoners and what the commoners provide to us. But I'll write it down and get it to you.
I'd appreciate it so much.
Meow 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 meow.
So you haven't selected your major. Do you have an idea in mind for your major, or are you like purely?
I don't know. I generally have no clue. But no one's bothered me about it yet, so I think I can treat all of my classes as a major right now.
I mean, I guess as long as
I
the
don't
major you're
know.
deciding you are taking the classes for it, you don't skip the classes that are needed.
I don't think
I
Daphne has
like to
chosen a
think I'm
major
okay.
either, right?
I don't think she's locked into one. I think she has 2 she wants, but she needs to pick one, and she hasn't. She wants either Lady in Waiting or Sorcerer, and I feel like she wants Sorcerer more, but what's holding her back is she was raised to be my Lady in Waiting for the most part.
I see.
So I want her to pick what would make her happier in the long run.
Well, also, I
But-
think it's hard to choose a major considering how inactive some of the classes are and have been. So it's like, why would I waste my time for classes that aren't even happening when I could take classes that would be more beneficial long term, if that makes sense?
I mean, I think because of how infrequent the classes are right now, it's just beneficial to go to any of them if they're like scheduled to be happening.
Yeah, I feel like you would only attend the ones
just-
of your major if they were happening frequently and you didn't have time to really do any other things. But since it is so rare, it's not too much out of the way to attend.
I mean, there hasn't been a culinary or magical studies class in so long.
No, there hasn't.
Mob studies hasn't been for a hot second. I'm not entirely sure what else.
I don't know. I know the majors have to do with the Crown's Court in the future, but I don't know. Should I not win and I go back home to be soulless? It's just because someone majored in something
sorry.
specific doesn't mean I'm going to lock them into that if they don't want to do that.
Yeah. Especially if they, like, attend the different classes and now have the knowledge to do the other thing.
Yes, I mean, like, we want people who are well-rounded and we want people who have talent in things, so not being able to experiment, which I guess people were experimenting with the classes, but yes, there were so many classes early on whenever it wasn't majors, and as soon as we have majors, there's no classes.
Yeah.
They did it the wrong way around.
I was struggling
That's
to
why
attend
we-
all those classes. It was very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
That and then all the paperwork I'm being sent from father, I was struggling to keep up.
Fair enough. I think the only one I struggled to attend was magical studies. I think I was okay for the rest.
I think I only attended one magical studies.
I remember it being very inconvenient timing.
I just
For me
chose not to go to magical studies culinary.
I like culinary. It's just a hobby of mine.
Oh.
I don't ever plan to, you know, I guess serve anyone as a lady in waiting, but I do like the lady in waiting classes of culinary. I like
Yeah,
cooking and
they're
I like
fun.
party planning.
I think at the time of culinary, I just always had something else to do. I was like, I don't really want to drop what I'm doing to go to class.
I think I'm that way with mob studies. I shouldn't ever be face to face with a mob to begin with. Like in the future, like I know at the academy with us not having all the nights here that I'm more likely to, and so like I am cautious when I'm outside, but ultimately if I have to choose between like maintaining like having or improving relations with someone of another court versus going to a mob studies class, it's relations. Because after this academy ends, I'm not going to be sauntering up to a mutant mob or something of the sort. I'm going to
It's
be
the opposite for
away.
me. Because after the academy, we're probably not gonna be like, not gonna have time to like, or like, not gonna take the risk to fight any of the mobs. And it's more fun to do it now, when there is the space to do so. Then
There's-
there
it's,
wouldn't be
it's
too
more
much of a
lax. I
risk.
feel like
Mm,
overall less is being demanded while here, but
yeah.
back at home, I imagine once we get back home, for those like you might be pulled away to do a lot of stuff at the church, and I'll have to go through soulless trainings more.
Yeah.
Are there any classes scheduled on the board currently?
I actually
I
have
don't
not
think so,
checked
no.
for a while.
Yeah,
I
it's
checked
been.
earlier, but I've kind of blanked out. Oh wait, also can I quickly show you both?
Mhm.
Something. Have you guys seen these?
Oh, the
These
eggs!
are
Yes.
Yes.
They're so fun. I love them.
I did the
Sorry,
hunt
that
with
was-
Lady
I also haven't
Daphne.
done
There
one.
was many interesting ones.
I couldn't find all of them because I was really stupid.
Oh.
I'm
Did you
quite
find
sad that I
mine?
No, I didn't, and I'm so sad.
Oh.
Which one was the Rivalries? I don't
Mine was in the
remember.
ballroom.
Oh, yes. I mean, oh no, they've been taken down, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Oh. Sigh meow.
Like they're posed so politely.
They're
They
literally
are.
just little meows.
Someone always had a bow around.
I think he has
I
always
think I
had a
was too
bow.
distracted by the not having nose.
I mean, at least there's a magic club. I love how the magic club has more stuff going on than actual magical studies.
Yeah, how Lady Rosalind has the shop, the magic shop she has. She had some interesting jewelry,
yeah.
so I ended up buying, this obsidian flower necklace that's supposed to help with earth spell power. I don't do magic, but I guess I'm gonna learn earth magic. And I also I think I bought 2 other things. Oh, I bought something to help me with my use of bows, and I went ahead and bought a ring. I think I bought the ring that's for fire magic, just because it had a sun on it, and I wanted it. So if either of you do fire
That's so
magic and
fair.
want a ring with a sun on it,
I was
mean,
considering
sometimes
buying it,
dabble
but I don't do
in
fire.
fire magic, but I'm poor.
sorry, I was quiet. What'd you say?
In spellbook? Pour in means of your magic spells in the book?
Oh no,
or...
poor in every way possible. I really wanted to buy some of the Easter stuff up there, but I literally had no money.
Just
I was looking
ask
through my
me.
books.
We have so much money, please!
I have a book of emerald blocks you gave
We
me,
can finance
and I
you.
have like I'm tracking what money you give me so I can make sure you get it back at some point.
Okay. Thank you. Wait, I'm going to see if the stuff is still up here. I really want to buy
It is, I haven't taken it off.
Yeah, thank you, Dabali. Please keep it open until the end of April, please.
Until the end of
Found the
April?
chest. What end of April? I was supposed to be cleaning those out like the end of today.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hello? Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh.
You have a
What's
thing
he on your head?
He has attachment issues.
Well, he's attached pretty well, so I'm not sure.
Mateo has one too.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mateo's a big fan.
Wait, I thought he hates those.
No, he's a big fan.
Because they're too attached to him. I think that's why.
That makes sense, that makes sense.
And still his nappy spot, I guess.
He should have just been faster, really.
Agreed.
Are you showing them the Easter stuff?
Lucielle has the funds to buy things.
I have money again. I'm so happy.
Wait, you should give. We have extra eggs if they want the eggs.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you can get the rest of the eggs you haven't found. Oh, thank you.
Meow meow.
Do you want the other eggs that you haven't found?
Oh, I guess not.
Meow.
You want the other eggs?
Meow meow. Yes, please.
Hey, where do we have the eggs?
This is the second floor in the backpack.
I ran.
Let me know if you need more money.
I've got plenty now. Not for long, though, I fear.
Riley, if one could say, does not have the proper eyesight for these eggs, could you, which ones don't you have, Luciella?
I only picked up Della and Phelan's. I
You
can't
can
remember
figure out
the
any
other
other
one.
riddles?
How did you not find the other?
How did you find those two? Did you just not use riddles, just ran around?
At that point, yes, I did. I could not get past this one clue. Well, no, I found a few others. I just didn't take them. I thought it was quite scary, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Meow meow. You know, I sat on the seat after it already started raining, and I'm realizing now the butt of my dress is wet.
Oh, tragic.
It's very tragic.
I'm
Soggy.
Soggy,
I-
soggy meow.
pretty much. Oh, the radiant egg. Oh, I mean the charming egg. I gotta go. There you go.
I'm so happy.
Oh, I already handed it away. I can't see it anymore. Mhm. I just, I can't remember that much. Yep.
I've got Katarina
Oh.
plush.
No,
Merch,
I've already
rather.
seen-
You both.
I was gonna say, what do you mean you're kind of Katarina plushie from this?
I've got Katarina merch. All is well in the world. And I'm very happy.
Collecting the merch.
I don't know. I mean, I guess. Yeah, Katarina merch.
I need more.
Do you want a painting from my room?
Yes.
I'll
What?
For the bestest meow.
I'll give you one of my portraits.
Collecting so much merch.
I'm hanging it up on my wall as soon as we get back. Also, Daphne padded my bed.
It's
She
still
what,
up?
your bed?
It's still padded.
What do you mean she padded your
made-
bed?
We can have a nosy when we get back, but it's been like walled off.
What did you
Wasn't
do?
there dirt
Why,
all over the room?
why
as
did
well?
she need to pad your
Oh, Daphne
bed?
had dirt. I
Were you
don't
playing
know.
like the trumpet?
What's going on inside your dorm?
I still think Daphne might not be entirely happy with me. I don't know. I'm confused.
Maybe it's just like a cozy, like a box.
You can have a tent in my room. I have the
Oh
space.
my goodness. Then Luciole.
I fear I won't be leaving though.
Oh,
Permanent stay.
instead, all the merch.
Permanent
Her.
Do you still have the salmon farm?
Hmm?
Do you still have the salmon farm? The fish?
Not active, but I have a bunch of salmon.
Okay, I'm gonna want some soon. I've gone through all my fish.
I can get you some
Salmon.
salmon.
Now, how have me sitting here, how have I come into the possession of a lavender lemonade that has blood in it?
Wait, what? These are
Yeah,
blood.
I was also wondering that a bit while you had just the blood one.
Oh.
You want? You,
Oh, no!
oh.
I mean, it tastes fine.
Well, it does have other ingredients than blood, I guess.
Okay, wait, let me fireplace.
That one. Oh wait, never mind. That one is without blood.
Well, this one also has no blood too. It's a mix.
No, that one has blood and the other one.
Sorry, I did not realize.
No, you're fine. I was looking at the glass I had in my hand. I'm like, this is a little thick to be just lemonade.
Oh no.
Frozen, partially frozen.
More like a slushy, perhaps.
Oh, well.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Thank you. I have a new bed that I made.
Fancy ribbon.
I would let you guys try it, but I need it.
It's okay.
No, you don't need it.
Just a bit.
You're working on being immune to the water. I know you are.
Oh.
Oh yes, as much as you.
Are you becoming immune as well?
Yes.
Very impressive.
I don't know how you do it. How? What's your what's that? how's that done?
A magician never reveals his secrets.
You're a magician now? Alright. We're gonna add that to your long title?
Yes.
Oh.
So I know when you're in direct contact with water, it can sting. What if it's just like soggy? Like just because imagine if you go into water, your clothes have to be soggy for a little bit afterwards.
Kind of just depends on the person or demon. Can kind of heat it up relatively quick.
Mm. She's still rubbing the Katarina merch.
Sogginess, huh?
You fit the bunny ears so well.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
Meow meow.
I know Mateo's wearing a lot now as well.
No, Mateo
That does
got
make sense.
the new thing that has now
That is
conquered his
true.
head.
That is true. I feel like that probably just knocked it off his head, honestly.
Oh,
No ears, only me.
I'd be concerned if there were no ears for Mateo.
He's calling himself a bunny cat now. I hope you noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whatever makes him happy.
I'm sure he makes it himself.
Okay, maybe not everything, but within reason.
Wait, yep. Mm. I can't believe
There's
Mateo's
reasons.
Spyro.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Wait,
I
what?
asked him about in the book. What is I think it was like the very near the last page. It said that Mario and Mateo is actually secretly Mario.
Don't worry, I have this. I am reading it right now.
Yep. Oh, you're reading it from beginning to end right now?
all 80 pages.
What was this, 87?
Yeah, basically.
If only Lord Mateo had the same level of respect and attention for quite some place by none other claims to be his twin. Oh. I believe that.
Yeah, it says he's replaced by Myro, and then the section about Lady Leviathan, how she apparently is being replaced by someone too on occasion.
In order to brew tea.
I am going to get replaced by Vivian. Make
Oh.
it be known to the world. What?
Wait, but our logistics.
Yeah, that means that you're taking over.
Who will count the money?
Meow meow meow.
Did they just hire someone else?
You may have gotten a new job.
Okay, Luciola. Okay, Luciola. 2 plus 2.
Correct.
I guess meow does have four letters. So okay, what is 2 times 4?
Meow.
Correct.
Ah, those were extra letters in there.
Exactly.
Wow.
Meow 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 meow.
He should be the teaching math class to everyone now.
Meow meow meow.
Then you get money. That is
Oh.
the
Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow.
Yeah, you do have to count out for yourself as well, but you know.
Meow.
No, the headmaster had to pay them.
Oh, true.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
He's so rich.
It's a bad time. I'm gonna we're gonna have a spring collection next week or the next coming week. So so sorry for your money.
Ooh.
Meow.
Okay, Luciola. If you go in sequence, 2, 4, 8, 16 will be the following number.
Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow.
6, 1836.
No, it's not 33, it's 32.
Meow. Meow meow
Oh.
meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow.
That was close.
Now the debate.
It's a lot of reasoning for your solution.
Very true, very true.
I did go into the sun for a moment.
Okay.
Those are my colors.
Oh.
She has no colors.
Amy emo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna confirm nor deny. Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh.
Okay, shapes and colors achieved.
Oh my god!
So close,
You've got to be careful.
You almost ran into the rocket.
You knew they got carried away.
You would have been the shapes and colors.
Oh
Would have been
no.
to the moon.
To the moon.
Oh,
Yeah, go click the moon.
Have exactly one shape and color.
exactly one color and one shape. Hmm.
One shape, one color.
One shape, one color, no waiting.
No more shapes and colors.
Oh,
Here.
any-
Try this one. This one's so you.
I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
Oh. Can I join?
Yes.
Oh, yay!
We can be emo together.
Yay, siblings!
Meow meow.
That's crazy.
That's where the genes connect.
Nothing like a sibling bond if it isn't emo.
Is that how it normally...
Sure.
You see, my sibling's not here anymore, and I'm kind of sad. But, Damn. Anyway.
It's okay, you got
Make it
Pablo.
look-
But Pablo's
Oh, so-
replacing. Yes.
You need to censor that word around me at this point.
The ground people likes him.
No.
There's a sign and everything in the club.
No.
I fear it's just you and Violet. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. You know the curse room? I think the groundskeeper, sorry, is gonna make that into a Pablo therapy room. So you might want to watch out for that
No.
room.
No. 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 Outrage. Scandal. Meow meow.
You know the weird tea book going
Interesting.
around? You just make a home book about scanning Pablo.
You're so right. You know what? The next one of these, the next Miss Fable is just going to be me writing a burn book about all the Pablos.
What do they do to you?
What didn't they do?
Well, I'm not quite sure how their business and hot dogs went.
That,
They tried really hard.
yeah.
Hierarchy there, because there was some selling and some trying to buy.
So the one that was, I think the one that was buying it finally got it, and then it's like hanging it upside down.
Meow 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 meow.
Makes sense, makes sense.
He finally got his hot. He was so excited. He like jumped around the walls. I guess. I still haven't heard a single one talk. I don't.
Are they supposed to talk?
Dante said they
So,
can.
some of them can.
Oh, also,
Impressive.
Rosalind's shop is selling these.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
Like,
have
we-
one
we
as
ca-
well.
Wait, you can use them? Wait, hold on.
you can, but it
How
gets
does
to
it
the
I
middle.
think- I think where you crouch is where they put you. Or something. Because sometimes I crouch at a place and it brings me there. Oh, wait, no, not this
Never
time. I don't know how they work no more.
I remember when I started with the headmaster, it took me to the courtyard every time.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh.
Choosing color.
What if I go over here?
Nope. Nope.
The sun. I mean, the moon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's literally like a
It
setback,
took me a
yeah.
step next to me.
What is
It's
it?
cool.
Oh. They
Yeah, it
teleport
is.
you.
They're meant to be good for void stuff, like if you fall into the void.
Hmm.
But usually when you teleport with them, they just kind of take you at a few steps.
I can buy you one for your safety. Meow meow.
With what money, Luciala?
My money.
The money.
I'll be back.
No, I will buy it with my money.
Meow meow.
Oh.
Okay.
But what am I to do
It
with
seems
money
like you don't
if
have a
not spent
choice.
on the people,
Got-
the meows I care
Yeah,
about? Meow.
congratulations. For your safety.
I see it for my safety, but I what? She can hear me right now. I want her to save her money.
I don't think it's stopping. Well,
It's
that was
okay, I
stopping.
can give you more, Lizzaylia.
Just in time. Send it off. I guess we don't know that there's other events going on, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look to see how much they cost, so I know how much I'm gonna add
I
to her bank account.
I don't think they were that expensive. I think they were like
No.
32 emeralds. Or something like that.
I know Leo bought it for me, so I'm safe as well. You have? Are you in charge of logging her spending now?
I've taken to it because they keep giving their money away.
Yeah. I know she gave a lot to the headmaster.
She has.
That was back when Lizzaylia had a lot of money, though.
Yeah, meow rich.
How much you have now?
Don't worry about it.
No, I think you should share.
She
No,
recently
I
came into
have-
money on the stairs.
Money on the stairs. Oh.
No.
Oh.
Meow.
Ashoo!
Meow. No, it's okay. I have enough for now.
What now? You win.
Thank you, meow meow.
For now.
Well, to be fair, Phelan owes me for my monthly allowance.
Wait, he's paying you an allowance.
Yeah. 2 stacks
the-
of emeralds a month. He's so generous.
What the fuck?
See,
I'm-
I think we know who's the favorite child now.
Meow meow.
He's decided you're too
I'm-
rich for an allowance.
I'm writing a complaint. Why is Lizzaylia getting more than me?
Oh,
Yes,
Question mark, question mark.
This reminds me. You should be worried about Mateo. He really wants to start the reckoning. Have fun with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
With the plushies?
Yeah, he's getting
Yes.
close. He's getting really close.
I don't know if I believe it's ever going to actually happen, but
I don't think it's real, but I don't like testing it.
He is testing it. He's definitely. I think he has at least 5. No, I think he has almost everyone's plushies at this point. Who's out now. So,
Horrifying.
yeah. Good look at that. I can't stop him.
I keep trying to stop. Stop it.
I'm trying my best to babysit him the last couple days.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for keeping an eye out on him.
I still gotta talk to Mateo.
Oh, yeah. I think you do, because he went through some things, and he said to not tell you, but I think you should. I feel like it's something you should talk to him about, and he said not talk to you about. I'm like, hello? Concerning? I guess he
I'm
only
going
said
to
no to...
drag you away for a chat.
Meow meow.
Oh!
Did I just face through the
So
floor
I
from
just
anybody
turn
else?
away and pretend not to hear.
I just hear them in the distance. Oh, sorry. You have a bird on your shoulder. Meow meow.
Yes, I have Wilson.
is that one
Hello,
of Professor
Wilson.
Charybdin's? Or is...
Yes.
I like seeing them around Solmera because the cats like to see them.
Yes. Very well. I'm
Bird.
okay. Either way, I'd like to talk.
All right.
Meow will
Okay.
be in the corner.
I do prefer if we have a group for it.
Oh no, we do everything publicly around here.
Let me grab the book out of my bag too.
Dark and dingy court.
Just going to sit here. I personally find the book very interesting. More so from the fact that it is a book talking. That's why I spoke with the Crown Duchess already, and I haven't spoken to the High Chancellor about it. It's involving Cerulean heir succession. And when I talked to the Crown Duchess, her position as Crown Duchess has not been taken. So I'm overall confused by why.
I'm generally confused by this whole book, period, because this is kind of blindsiding for everyone.
Prior to the book, I, for the most part, did not have much knowledge of the situation. I've gained more since the book came out because I've spoken with the Crown Duchess, but this book showed up in my mailbox, talking about the violent actions of a lord on the Concord, trying to assert Mirelle as the rightful heir, and then it's calling to action my court without a single attempt to reach out to me regarding it, which I don't approve of. After all, it's talking about the fate is decided by those who are at Everthorne, yet they made no attempt to reach out to me, and I know they have not reached out to the Soulless back home either.
Yeah.
So it felt
Honestly,
like, rather than having
yeah.
a discussion, they just wanted to try to force our hand into doing something by going public with it instead.
Of course. And I know you don't really know me or anything, but I kind of agree. When I saw this scattered around the place, I wasn't fully in favor in the slightest, and kind of just felt backstabbed, more or less, but...
I see. I see that on one hand, I imagine there's benefit of this book to your court. And from the Crown Duchess's stance, she interpreted the book very differently when she looked it over compared to how I know I have read it. Like, she didn't really consider the two court Solmera and Court Bloodwind. We extend this call as that a call of action to our court publicly when it is. I don't really see how it is anything but that.
Yes.
But no, I don't know the entirety of the full intention of the book past them being unhappy with Gar Ondine and wanting Mirelle to be the rightful heir, but as it stands, she is, so
Yeah,
her
I
alone
mean,
is she's in the best position to overtake her father, and I don't necessarily see the purpose of trying to get other courts involved in a court succession, because if we set the precedent that other courts can interfere on who gets to rule one of the four courts, that is going to bleed into the others and affect who gets to oversee their own territories.
understandable. Frankly, I understand the premise. It just feels so pointless to have something like that. That one is interesting, I suppose.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think there's any excuse, in my personal opinion, for this to not have been a discussion. It should not have been brought to my attention via a public released book, where many other people
Agreed.
saw it prior to myself or the Soulless of my court.
I agree. frankly. What are they doing?
I don't know, and I guess as long as she isn't getting harmed, I'm not going to stop her.
She concerns me sometimes.
What is she wielding?
Looks like a creeper shard. Yeah, either way. I don't know. Here, and I kind of just generally stick in my own lane, if anything. Again, some parts of the book, I guess, are true if you read the fate.
I was told that from the Crown Duchess as well, that there's truth behind things in the book.
Either way. I'm just one person. Again, I'm around Riley most of the time. Either way, your opinion on it, because I can fully agree with you on the delivery of the book as a whole. And frankly, if anything, Mirelle should have been the one to...
I do strongly agree that if Mirelle wants to overtake her father, she needs to be leading the charge for it and not letting someone else do it for her. If she is expected to lead people, she needs to lead. Which I've said, not those same words, but I did already tell her that as well.
Of course.
But if you're also trying to inquire on my overall stance on it, I'm not seeking any retribution. I'm not doing anything or planning to do anything to court Cinderlune regarding it, and how it felt disrespectful. It's
frankly
not appreciated.
No, I can fully agree with that sentiment, to be completely honest. Suppose that kind of begs my question too. Say if you were to win, what would, I guess, that look like?
Well, I would want to eventually bring about change, but change is often fought against, so it would be a slower process. If I win, Solmera itself, we reward merit. I would make sure the court that is accompanying me on the throne, that is serving me, would be those who deserve their positions, and I would ensure that all courts are represented. I also, if I win the crown, I would give up my position as Sol and future Solus of my region, because I do not think it is favorable for me to, as a Sol, I'm expected to put the interests of Solmera first, but if I'm the queen, I need to put the entire kingdom. And so I don't see holding those two positions at once as being what's best for the kingdom. So I would ensure that I have a successor on that end of things.
Definitely don't want to be split in two different areas.
I think that would just, overall, I would want the kingdom to remain peaceful, and I think that means making sure everyone's represented and making sure there isn't the innate thought that I am overly favoring my home court.
Indeed. I don't know. I'm just, I guess, generally curious of, since we are trying to get, I guess, our respective head heirs into a place of contention. I'm trying to just explore all avenues since I'm more
It's understandable.
nomadic and kind of dislike politics, but yeah.
Ultimately, you have your sister, you have family at your court that you want to look out for, and so knowing what to expect on who wins and what they're planning to do is good to know. I know especially your court has a different ruling style than the other three, so if one of the other three courts win, it's likely to feel different. I would, of course.
I suppose, but there's usually like a person or persons in charge. So I guess it's not really that drastically different if you, I guess, wrap your head around it. But you can only do so much as a person.
Yes, but it's been a couple centuries since there was someone on the throne, and the Concord has held power since then, and so it's going to feel different having a single rather than the council. I would imagine I would still plan to have the Thorn Concord to an extent, because obviously I can't go to each region myself to oversee things, so having the Lord still in place means I would be properly informed from someone who has intimate knowledge of the region. And
makes sense.
I, for one, Solmera has always had a solace. Prior to joining Everthorne, we have always had a solace. So even if it's not a Concord seat, we will always have a solace in our region. It is a religious symbol to us. So I imagine there's great significance to other courts for their positions, and trying to dismantle that would just cause friction that no one needs.
Yes. Friction leads to rebellion, or I guess something of that nature.
Mm-hmm. And I will do what I can to make sure there isn't a rebellion. It's also why I would want to ensure the Crown's court is evenly, or the best it can be, dispersed between the different origins, while also being those who deserve their positions and have the skill set for it. I'm not going to give someone a spot just because they're of a certain court. They will have to have shown merit for it.
Would you ever consider not immunity, but individual, not, I don't know, do you support more of a nomadic lifestyle? Say someone comes to you a place in the world, but not have to, I guess, cater towards it. In the sense of like a political or geopolitical kind of level.
As long as they're never working against me, I suppose. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. Solmera, we don't hold them hostage in our region. We let them live in other regions if they have the proper permissions to. They can do as they please. We just do keep detailed record of it. We like to know where people are going or why, just to, if they do happen to do something, that we have the records for it, if we either need to prove their innocence or need to prove their guilt. Though folk were very nomadic initially. Though it was centuries and centuries ago, we were hunters. So as we settled down and gotten our territory that we take care to, it's still a wide territory. We have a lot of rural areas of it. So now I'm sure there's people who in our region itself will travel about and not actually have, we have lords who have territories, but they may not directly report to a lord. They might just live in our region and go from territory to territory.
Messenger, I guess, or a representative, I guess is the better word.
All of our nobles in our territory are obligated to ensure the best quality of life they can to those who are looking towards them. So I guess nomadic-wise, if they don't directly report to a lord, they might not get that benefit to the fullest extent, but that would be something they choose for themselves, not something that's forced upon them.
Understandable. Yeah, well, I do appreciate your outlook. Because I never expected this. An alliance is sure, but frankly, I didn't expect this to not like we could do anything about it here. So
I'm impressed for them being so brazen about it is just my main thing. It's,
Of course.
I guess, prior to the crown competition that we're here at the Academy for, two courts doing something so brazen together would immediately put the other courts on edge, because at the end of the day, the Concord had a very delicate balance, and it was constantly a power struggle.
Yes.
Everyone's seeking out their own ideals and wanting to only protect their own assets.
Agreed. Probably took up too much of your time. So
That is fine.
I apologize for that. So I will let you go and find your people again if they're still around.
Yes.
Hopefully we can talk more sometime. Definitely not on this level, but
I'm typically around, and I like to try to talk to people of other courts. I'm still Soul, so I'm still getting paperwork from my court and doing the work for it and having to handle stuff.
definitely a tricky position.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to do the same for our kingdom building area.
I definitely want to see the other court's kingdom building areas at some point. Now that I've seen Blood Ones, I do want to see the others, so perhaps that could be something in the future we do.
Of course. It's not much, and it's definitely not to your scales.
Our skills are very grand to the point where it's a bit concerning for the fact that most of us do not have architecture education. But
yeah, that could be an issue.
yes, we'll see how it goes. I don't want anyone to feel like they're living in houses that aren't suitable to them, so I wasn't going to limit them on that regard.
I would lend the mathematical and engineering aid, but I really do not know your, I guess, style, for lack of a better word.
We will certainly get it figured out, and I'm handling the organization of it, so it will come out well. It's just taking longer than I would personally hope to see.
Yep. Kind of, I guess, a blessing in disguise for having something on the more rural and smaller end for us. Very compact.
Yes, even in Solmera, the capital has very large buildings, but, the rural areas will have the smaller ones, so it seems what we're constructing is going to more resemble Donmere than it does our other settlements.
Very interesting. Well, I hope to learn more if that's something you're willing to share, and I can see what I can share, even if I haven't really been around much myself, so.
Of course. Yes, I am going to go see if I find my court leaders or not, but have a good rest of your evening.
You too.
Interesting. I don't know what to make of this court. He says he doesn't... He agreed with my points on the book. I don't know if he truly agrees with my points on the book. He may be just doing it to appease me. That's why I added at the end that I'm not seeking out anything about the book. I'm not seeking retribution or pettiness from it. Scoping out what type of ruler I would be, I suppose. Let me head back to the Botany Club for a moment. Visit the moon for a second, and then I'll try to get back into contact with the group, I suppose.